Oh, and that is it for us today.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
I want you off the fucking set, you prick.
Okay, but now I can't read it. There's no words on it.
What don't you fucking understand?
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out?
Fuck's sake, man, you're amateur. What don't you get about it? Are you professional or not?
I don't know what that means, to play us out. What does that mean?
Oh, shut the fuck up.
To end the show?
No! No!
All right, go.
You're unbelievable, man. You're unfucking believable.
That's tomorrow, and that is... Yes. 5, 4.
Give me a fucking answer!
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a... I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay. Let's go again!
We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Oh, good for you!
Fucking thing sucks!
The fucking kick your fucking ass! You don't shut up for a second, all right?
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
Stay off the fucking set, man. Seriously, man, you and me, we're fucking done professionally.
And we are live. Not our traditional opening, but a little more exciting. It's become a tradition, though, at this point, that clip anyway. Jeremy, how are you doing?
I am doing great. We are an hour late. Lethal needed some extra FAP time, and we at Geeks and Gamers support more fapping, so we decided to push this thing back an hour.
It's a great step forward for FAP contracts worldwide.
There we go. Lethal, it is super late. So what is it, like 4 in the morning for you right now?
It's 5:30. We all agreed I was going to take tonight off, but then Zack Snyder was doing an interview, so it's like, well, fuck, I'm going to have a raging erection all night, so I'm not going to sleep anyway. So I figured I'll come hang out with you dweebs and Mark.
Hell yeah.
Well, there you go. That makes sense. And speaking of Mark, how are you doing, Mark?
Not too bad. I'm been buried in God of War games. I'm most of the way through God of War Ascension, and that will be the last of the spin-offs that I have to play. And then back onto just main series from there on out.
So you played the original one first, right?
I played the original one. Actually, I played second because the disc for it was in my storage unit, so I had to go track it down. I started with Chains of Olympus, then did God of War 1, then Ghost of Sparta, now Ascension that I'm almost finished. And hopefully tonight I'll start God of War 2, maybe finish it by tomorrow, and then do 3 throughout the week, and then start Data Boy.
Can my Nintendo Switch play those games?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe if you hack it.
Mark, did you hear that Jeremy's completely on board with PC emulators right now?
Oh yeah,
I
we can play Tecmo Super Bowl with current rosters, NFL rosters. I'll throw my Nintendo. I'll throw this piece of shit away now. I'm done. Fuck this piece of shit.
I found out about that on the Warzone stream. Jeremy discovered that mods are a thing.
Yeah, fuck it.
Because I've never mentioned it.
No, it's not. But if you would have sold me, see, this is if you want to sell somebody, you got to find that weak spot. Tecmo Super Bowl with current NFL rosters. Come on, Mark. Why have you not told me about this?
Broader than that, because I didn't know that specific thing. But from the bird's eye view of that, if there is a thing in an older game that fans have wanted, one fan has made that and modded that into the game already. So you could probably just Google any game that you play and think, oh man, I wish that this game had that. And if that's something that enough of the fans were wanting, there was one fan who was a game developer that decided to just make that mod. That's like all of PC gaming.
I did. I know you are still a tad bit low, Mark, which is fine. I think we can hear you, but a few people in the audience said, but if we could get Double Dash with online mods, like, I'm done. I'll sell my Switch. I'm done. I'll just play Mario Kart Double Dash online for the rest of my life. I'll just hand Geeks and Gamers over to Ryan and get the inevitable out of the way.
Yeah, I heard it's going to be available on the next Soldier Boy console.
That's true. Old Soldier Boy. Who would have thought that would be an absolute train wreck? Nobody. Black and white news for $5. Somewhere John Talks is smiling at that intro from John Matrix. What's up, John?
What's up, John?
Yeah,
You
that's
guys going live tomorrow,
fantastic.
John? Matrix, if you guys are going live, let me know. I owe you a big super chat.
There you go. If Jeremy can wake up early enough to get there, he will. That's that'll be his attempt.
I stay up so late. I stay up way late.
I don't know why you were up so late, and then I was in bed and I saw the story, so I fucking sent it to you. And then
Well,
you
I was
stayed up brainstorming.
Well, I was brainstorming. I was also dealing with my dog who has the cone on his head. He's not doing too well with the cone on his head right now. Even though Extra Girl did claim she would puppy sit for him, but you know,
we don't give dogs back once we get them.
Why? Because she cooks them.
Oh my god,
That's none of my business.
that's good. Chris Arcella for $5. Hey panel, Bill O'Reilly look like Ryan when he gets older.
I could totally see that.
Yeah, actually, now you mention it.
That looks like me.
That's pretty good, actually.
Hold on. That guy?
Yes.
Let's find a way to get Perry Chan to like deep fake Ryan into the Do It Live Fuck It clip.
Yeah, I
That's
mean
good.
that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Bill O'Reilly's a highly successful guy. Should never have cucked. Should never have fucking cucked. Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, Steph wants me to pin that. Yeah, I should do that, and then I can pull up the Streamlabs as well.
Thank you, Steph.
Yes, thank you, Steph, for the reminder. And that means I have to log into that. So that'll be a little bit. But guys, there was a shit ton of stuff that happened this week. Like an absolute metric ton of gaming news. Whether it was things like Bloodlines getting basically everyone who was working on it, they're essentially restarting. That's what it sounded like, right, Mark?
Yeah, the whole developer got fired.
Yeah, and we thought, okay, maybe that'll be something to talk about. But then about a million other things happened, including Anthem, the final nail in the coffin. Anthem started dying before it even came out, and now it's fully dead. BioWare officially came out and said, yep, we're done. Anthem next. It's not going to happen. It turns out that only having 20 to 30 people working on completely retooling this massive project wasn't going to work out. And Anthem is officially done. They are not going to be working on it any longer. They will keep the servers up, but no one is ever going to do any work on that game. And for all of the people who for 2 years have stood by and been strung along by BioWare, whether they pre-ordered it, whether they bought it midway through Anthem 2.0, all those people are now just shit out of luck because the game will never get any better than it is right now. Lethal, I don't think you ever played Anthem. What's your take on all this?
No, I play Avengers, so my time's coming soon. Don't worry about that. Well, I mean, like, is anyone surprised?
No
Like,
one is
seriously,
surprised.
That's why there probably wasn't that many videos about this made, because everyone's like, oh, well, what do you know? There it is. But you kind of got to feel a bit bad for the players that were just hoping. You know, some people got on this game pretty early and they saw a lot of potential in this game, and it's never going to reach that. But you know what did make me think of is how hard would DICE have had to fight EA for them to continue Battlefront 2 after all that drama? Because I remember hearing at the time that EA wanted to cut it there and then, but DICE was pushing to keep that game going. So they must have really, really gone hard, or, you know, done some casting couch favors to keep that game going, because you could argue Battlefront 2 was in a worse spot than Anthem ever was.
I think the Star Wars brand is a good argument point to start from. Like, to say, hey, let's turn this around because it's Star Wars, and if we can have this Star Wars cash cow running full speed ahead, even if it's a year from now or 6 months from now or whatever, however long it took to clean Battlefront 2 up, I think that's an easier argument to make to the executives than, like, our knockoff Iron Man / knockoff Destiny thing is like kind of a disaster. Like,
well, yeah, I mean, if you look at, I mean, out of the gate, Battlefront 2 still sold incredibly well. I mean, it moved millions and millions of units, just on brand recognition alone. So I think you had a massive install base there, where I don't remember how well Anthem did. I mean, Anthem was broke. How broken was Anthem just upon release?
I don't think it was that broken. It just wasn't good.
It just there was nothing. They were like it was a skeleton, essentially.
It was very light on content, but I mean, honestly,
And the
my bigger
loot was
problem,
fucked, apparently.
yeah, you would have to grind like crazy to get not very good loot. Even when they did have events and things like that, the chances of getting like loot that was actually worthwhile was pretty slim. And for people who play looter shooters, like I used to play a lot of Destiny, so I'm in some communities that are pretty into like that type of game. And every single one of them was just like, yeah, there's kind of no point in playing this game because it takes too long to get anything good, and then when you get even the good stuff, it doesn't even make that much of a difference to the game because things. I think there's like a level scaling thing, so like enemies get more powerful as you get better equipment, anyways. So I don't know. I don't know too much about Anthem because I never played the full game. I did play the demo pretty extensively, and I hated it. So. I honestly like this and anything else when it comes to BioWare. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not getting excited for anything that they do. Like when they're like, oh, we're making a new Mass Effect game. I'll see people be like, finally, they're gonna make up for Andromeda. I'm just like, yeah, we'll see.
Well, remember, like I saw people reminding everybody, like I'm starting to see a pattern. You decided to move people off of Mass Effect Andromeda to focus on Anthem. Now you're moving all the focus away from Anthem, canceling Anthem to focus on Mass Effect 4. You know what I mean? It's just this cycle. BioWare is just garbage. Honestly,
it really is.
The best thing they're doing right now at BioWare is Star Wars: The Old Republic.
That's saying something.
Yeah, like that's the best thing they're doing because they're continuing to do updates to it, new content.
Well, keep in mind
that was a totally different studio too. That was BioWare Austin. So like,
yeah,
the rest of BioWare is in Canada.
And then we got the news earlier this week that because of Jedi Fallen Order, that they're completely doing Dragon Age as a single player game. Like that is the absolute fucking state of BioWare. They're now at the stage where they go, oh, we're doing single player. Well, fucking hell.
Well, like with that. Basically, the way they phrased it, it was like EA is allowing them to make Dragon Age single player, which like that may have been what they wanted to do in the first place, but because it's EA, they mandated multiplayer so you can have all of the different monetizations that you can. That's what it tells me. So I think that's actually good news for Dragon Age. Very, of the very little good news we're getting, I think that's actually good news for them.
I agree, it's good news, but to me, it just shows the state that they're in.
Yeah,
right.
That's how bad it is that EA was like, you know what, you guys are having such a tough time. Just do a single player. We just need a game at this point. We just need a game that fucking works, regardless of all the other monetization.
Well, how bad do you think
that works?
How bad do you think this is going to be for Mass Effect? The fallout from this, like, do you think it's going to have a carryover effect? I mean, did Anthem sell well? Because I didn't play it. So did it sell well? Are we talking like millions and millions of people that ended up disappointed, or was it a flop out of the gate? I know it moved some units.
Its initial sales were pretty good, and I think that you could almost make the false advertising argument about the whole Anthem Next thing, because I saw a lot of people showing pictures of Anthem for like $20 or $15 or $30 or something at Best Buy and saying, yeah, should I buy this now for when they fix it? And I would always reply to those and be like, no, don't. Just wait till they fix it and then buy it, because I had a feeling that this exact thing was going to happen. That they'd be like, oh, don't worry, we're going to totally revamp Anthem. And then they'd start talking about new projects, and eventually it'd be like, oh, whatever happened with Anthem Next? What?
But
yeah, they just didn't address it.
We're hearing in that way too much about wait till they fix it, then buy it. How about fix it, then release it? Like, this is happening too much. Going back to Battlefront, obviously Cyberpunk, so many other games. Fucking fix them, then release them. Delay the shit if you have to. Stop releasing shitty, half-ass made games. It's pissing like so many people off, and you're ruining, the excitement or the industry. You're ruining the player base. I mean, you're not gonna maintain that player base by releasing a game and then having it fixed in a year. You've already lost it at that point. Like, name a game that's actually been successful. Even Battlefront, which became a really good game, but it didn't maintain that base. You're done lost so much. And we're just seeing this across the board. Halo Infinite's a great example. They're delaying it. Now, again, we haven't seen the final product, but at least they're delaying it. And at least they're not releasing. We all know about the Master Chief Collection, but at least they're delaying it. And I think that you can't get frustrated with game delays. I mean, a game delay to me is more often. Seconds. Yeah. More often than not, a game delay is a good sign. More often than not.
And I don't actually think there is too much actual, like, there is that initial, like Lethal said, you get that first day or two where people are going to like be upset about it. But at the end of the day, we saw with Cyberpunk's a perfect example. Like, because they announced how many delays for it. And every time people, wow, I can't believe it. And then, you know what? By the time it came the next release date, people were just as fucking hyped up. You know what I mean? Like, so you are going to have that initial, but people are going to get over it. But they're never going to forget the launch, ever.
Yeah.
No, like Battlefront 2 never, like, listen, I am someone that enjoyed Battlefront 2 upon release. And I enjoyed it as it, progressed. But it never overcame. It never overcame that disastrous launch. It never did. No matter how good that game got to be, it never overcame that launch. That was a terrible fucking launch.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and they had so much goodwill built up because of that trailer that they presented for Battlefront 2. And they just shit it all the way. Oh, absolutely. When that trailer came out, and you had, again, at that time, this was a pre-Last Jedi world we were in. You had all this.
Yeah, but it was a post Battlefront 2015 world.
Yeah, but you're introducing a campaign, 3 different generations of Star Wars, and that trailer was fucking awesome. There was insane hype for Battlefront 2 when that trailer, but they fucked it up with the loot boxes and all of that other shit. They fucked it up before it even released. They pissed away all of them a minute before they even released the game. And it was just a disaster from there. But yes, Battlefront 2 had a shit ton of hype.
It did. It absolutely did. I remember the trailer as well. I never got the 2015 Battlefront because I don't know if you remembered, but all of it leaked. And I read the leaks and I was like, there's no campaign, there's no galactic conquest. That was the moment I'm like, I'm not fucking getting it. But I remember seeing the trailer for Battlefront 2, the EA one, and being like, yeah, I'm fully on board with this. Bring back EU, fuck your canon, blah, 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 blah. But that game looks tight. That was kind of my mentality.
Everything fell apart.
I saw there was a suspicious amount of women, which was one. So, that turned me off.
No, the suspicious amount of women was that like 3 out of every 4 stormtroopers you shot screamed like a woman, and it was creepy.
Because they were bitches.
Well, I was just like, why would they seem to have made it so that like the majority of stormtroopers that you're shooting at that game have like female voices, and I'm just like, man,
it does make it more satisfying.
It's weird though, for real. I'm just like, I feel like I'm mowing down all these female stormtroopers, and they don't look any different. So,
one of my favorite parts about Battlefront 2 is when like Luke Skywalker, and he's just like, I wish I didn't have to kill anyone, and he's just like, you're just like you're just chopping people's heads off and shit. Like,
well, for like 4 seconds, and then you're fighting spiders in like a cave for 20 minutes.
But it's just like, I wish this didn't have to come to violence, and you are like, fuck this guy, boom, boom, fucking blasting people everywhere because you want to kill stormtroopers as Luke Skywalker.
Sorry, I wanted to make a point though about like the don't release games until they're done thing. I think especially with a lot of like larger scale multiplayer games, there's not going to ever be such thing as one that's like totally polished and works perfectly from the get-go, because those are, especially games like Anthem or Destiny or Division, like those are games that have to be played for the developers to figure out where they need to fix the issues and stuff like balancing and things like that. I think I've mentioned this before too, back in like around the Cyberpunk argument era, when I think that the concept of an early access game should be more accepted. And I think that Valheim's a perfect example of that. Like Valheim's an early access game and it works very well and people love it. But it's still not, that's not the 1.0 version of that game. So over the next year or 6 months or however long it will be until they finish Valheim, it's going to be a lot of feedback from the gamers and like the people who are playing it and saying, here's what's good, here's what's bad, here's what we would like more of, here's what we'd like to see a veer away from and like less of because it's not very much fun. And that's how you kind of forge what becomes the 1.0 version of the game, and then you do get like a second launch, because I guarantee you if Valheim manages to keep its momentum, then once it's like 1.0 Valheim, which will probably be around the same time they release it on consoles, it'll probably be a pretty big deal for that community, and the sales will probably spike again. So I think that with Cyberpunk, for example, I think they should have released the intro chapter, like up until where you meet Johnny Silverhand. If they released that for December, and they were called it early access clearly, and there were all sorts of problems with it, people would be like, oh, okay, but this is the early access version of the game, and they would not have looked at it as like as much of a disastrous launch. And I think if Anthem launched as early access, it probably would have been in a much better spot for people to be like, okay, well, I mean, the flight's really good. It's kind of a cool world here. There's not much to the story yet, but this is just early access, so you get going. And I think companies are too afraid to do that because they want those like big sales on the first thing to be like, yeah, this is the game, this is the release, but it seems to be backfiring more often than not.
Yeah, well, and I think that's fine as long as you're upfront about that from the beginning. I do think you're right, it wouldn't be as bad for sure, but I do think still, like, if you had told people this was going to be the game and then all of a sudden 2 months before switch, like, well, guys, actually it's just going to be early access, there would be still some people that were like, this is kind of fucked up. Because now they have paid their $60 and they're doing this, anticipating they would play the game. Now they might have to wait a year or two. So I do agree though. If they had switched gears like that, far less backlash would have occurred.
Yeah, I'd just say be more like Nintendo.
Just announce Metroid 4 or whatever that is, and never talk about it ever again.
Well, to be fair, they did announce it, and then they didn't like how the development was going, so they shut it down and restarted from scratch.
How's Breath of the Wild 2 coming along?
Well, we're supposed to get an announcement later this year, but
okay.
What's wrong with that?
Nintendo does very often announce things and then just kind of never talk about them again.
I mean, name something major they've never released after the announcement.
Metroid Prime 4.
No, it's again. Would you rather them continue on with a bad production, or would you rather them see that it's going to be bad, they don't like it, they shut it down completely and start from scratch? That's how you make good games. I would prefer
they announce it when they have a game, not a title screen, because that's what they announced.
Yeah, but again, you're naming one game that's it, though. Out of 40 years, you've got one game that they have not released yet because it's still in development. Outside of that,
Bayonetta 3, Jeremy.
Huh? Well, Nintendo's not even a direct developer, though.
Well, it's exclusive to the Switch.
Well, I understand that.
Too.
I understand that.
It's a second-party title.
But again, Bayonetta 2 released when? When did Bayonetta 2 come out?
On Wii U, so
right,
whenever that was.
Okay, so I mean, Nintendo doesn't do yearly releases. They don't do that. They typically spread games out 5, 6, 7 years apart. That's what they do.
And then they just remake all of those other things and port it to the next system, and people are fine with it.
I mean, to an extent, but I mean, I think that it works for the situation with the Wii U because they didn't do it with the Wii. I mean, because the Wii was highly successful. The Wii U was a massive failure. And I think from a player base standpoint, you made great games on the Wii U. You didn't do a good job of marketing that system and it failed. So why not re-release them on a system with a install base of 80 million? Because clearly people didn't play these games. So why not take all that work that you put into these games that failed because of your own bad decisions, remaster them and put them on an install base where you're going to sell 4 or 5 times as many as it sold.
No, it's a great business decision because it's very little effort with a ton of revenue for it,
right?
Like stuff that you have already done, and that that the fan base, whether they played it or not, is going to get excited about. Yes. I mean, it works for them, that's for sure.
Have any of you downloaded Outriders?
No, not yet.
I saw Rippa playing it a little bit. Look cool.
I downloaded it last night. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, and that's a demo, like not a beta, but a demo, and that's a looter shooter, and that's getting pretty decent feedback so far.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen that one yet.
I'll download it after the stream. It's on Steam.
It looks all right.
I will say, I watched a little bit of Krista playing Little Nightmares 2 on Twitch. That shit looks good, man. That looks like a damn good game. I mean, it's like if you played Limbo. Limbo is a fantastic game. and it looked to me like this is more of a 3D version of Limbo, but creepier. Shit looks great.
Has anyone ever played Inside?
Inside, I
The
don't think
second
so.
game from the same guys who made Limbo. Inside's really good. You play
Is it?
Inside, don't look up anything about it. Just buy it and play it. If you liked Limbo, Inside's better. So like you will definitely like the gameplay if you like Limbo. And the ending of it is so fucked up. Like it's wonderful. It's horribly disgusting, but it's amazing.
All right, I'm looking at Outriders now. Is this just like a big multiplayer game?
It's like
It's a looter shooter. RPG, looter shooter.
People Can Fly made it. The guys who made Gears of War, Judgment, and Bulletstorm.
The movement looks a lot like Gears of Wars to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I rated Rippo when he was playing it, so I watched him a little while until he died.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks
pretty
cool.
good.
Yeah. I like it. But we'll see.
Is it a free download right now? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a
It's
demo.
a free demo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal.
It's my thing. If I start skipping in a moment, then I apologize. I'll just pause the Steam download.
Okay. Let's get a couple of these super chats, guys. We did get something to the Streamlabs. Thank you for that. Who was it? It was SKSK. Of one good thing that came from Anthem's massive fuck up is they're backing off from live service multiplayer. If what is being said about Dragon Age being single player, 100%. That's what I said. Is like they fucked it up so bad that EA is no longer mandating that they do this live service stuff. And for EA, that's pretty big.
Exactly. I was
Well,
going to say, from EA, that's huge from EA. Like, it's so fucked that even they have to acknowledge it.
I think still with BioWare, I don't trust them to write a good story anymore. So even if they are like, oh, we're not doing live service, we're doing single-player RPGs the way BioWare is good at, I'd be like, well, I mean, are you hiring all the people that worked on Knights of the Old Republic back and firing all the people you have writing for your games now? Because otherwise I have like no confidence in it. But apparently Brobet says Outriders has cross-platform play. So
Yes, it does. Even on the demo.
That makes me interested in it because that means that you guys can play it on your PlayStations and I don't have to get the PS4 version.
Hey, we have almost 900 people. Thank you guys for being here. Smash the melee if you don't mind. Smash the like button. Share this out. Also, I want to check something because I have a theory about live streams and the algorithm and things. So I believe the more activity you have in the chat, the better that the stream starts showing up. So just comment where you're watching from, just generally, not your specific address. We're not trying to dox you. But just kind of generally where you're watching from, see how, and bump those comments up so we can see if that helps push this up in the algorithm. Just a little test. But thank you guys for being here.
Just spam Ryan's a cuck in the chat.
Well, that too. I was saving that for later.
Black and white news for $10. I'll tell you what, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for Black Superman or not, then you ain't black. Seriously, say no to tokenized Superman. That's from John Matrix. Thank you, John. Northwest Indiana, Ian. Hey, that's where I'm from originally before I came here. Brent Wolf's over in Virginia. What's up, Brent?
Hell yeah. I love it. I used to do that at the end of my streams. I used to ask everybody where they're watching. And yes, we are closing in. Insanely, we're closing in on 300,000 subscribers to this channel. We're less than 2,500 away right now. I will do a live stream to celebrate 300K. And I will probably do more live streams. Ryan can tell you this. I've been kind of like really getting back to like the old school days of how I used to do things. Like I did a car video, I did a solo live stream, and I'll go ahead and say it publicly to put pressure on myself, even though Ryan keeps telling me I shouldn't. I'm considering doing the Common Ground hater streams again, just to invite people on to fucking fight with me because I like fighting. It's a lot of fun. So I don't know. We'll see.
Did he slow down for a second?
Yeah, he did.
It's like when you hit it, you did something to the computer and it just like froze for a second.
Am I back?
You're back now, yeah.
Okay.
Like, I thought you were just going to go. I thought you were like, I like... Because it stopped for like 3 straight seconds. I was like, oh, fuck, he's gone.
I do like fighting.
X-Ray Girl says just talk about Nintendo with Mark.
Yeah, I heard that.
That's true. Liquid Nitrogen for $2.99. Great Republic Commando video, Mark.
Thank you. Yeah, that one actually made in August 2019. So for the people in the comments that were just like, Jedi Fallen Order is already out. Yeah, I know the video was made before it was, but yeah, no, I'm happy that I got to re-render that at the proper frame rate. Sorry.
Did you respond to every single person that said that?
No, just one. I was like, oh my god, and like it just seems to be like you weren't watching the intro because I do say that. Like,
They obviously watched to the 3.5 minute mark when you mentioned Jedi Fallen Order, but they missed the first minute and a half.
Yeah, I know. That's what I don't understand. I was like, maybe I didn't clearly say this video is from August of 2019. But I said that I've been working with Geeks and Gamers since the summer of 2019, and this is the first video I made. And
well, that's too much for some people to understand.
Yeah, but yeah, everyone, if you want to play a good Star Wars game and you only have a PS4 or a Switch, April 6th, Star Wars Republic Commando is coming out, and it's an awesome game. It's a really good tactical shooter.
Tell. Yeah, you just saw the message, didn't you?
Yeah. So Jeremy just messaged us. He says my shit crashed, which we had a feeling something was weird because when he slammed the desk, it froze. But yeah, he'll be back in a little bit.
Tell them what you told me and Ryan about the intro of your video.
Oh, yeah. So I in the intro of the video, I said that the
length it took you to make that intro.
Oh yeah, it took me about 3 hours to make that intro because a lot of the Republic Commando footage that I'm playing in the intro is new footage. That was me playing like 2 days ago, and I had to find nice old Republic and get that running well enough so that it looked pretty. And I care about how my videos look. So what probably would have taken Ryan 4 minutes because he would have just turned on his webcam and talked, and that's it. I wrote a script recorded, edited up, and then got brand new footage to set to it. The only reused footage I used was for there's a clip of my Quake video in it, but everything else was brand new.
So look at the extra effort
and
that
the Republic, Force Unleashed footage I reused from my old video too.
Cheap.
What?
What do you say?
Cheap piece of shit.
Oh, your computer, the one that you just spent shit on?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what happens when you start throwing shit and whatever.
We told you something was going to happen. People are saying Ryan should co-host the Jeremy Hater stream. I did the first two. I don't know. I feel like it's a little different.
Very different. Very, very different.
I feel like there's people that maybe hate me more than you.
Yeah, well, so one thing that's changed so much is me not being on Twitter and not doing live streams. I feel like I've lost my ability to make people hate me as much as I used to, and Ryan has totally taken that role now.
Yeah. I just aggroed everything.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know what? Fuck it right now. I'm unlocking my goddamn D-Day Cobra Twitter.
Oh shit.
Fuck it.
Oh shit.
Wait, I thought you were banned.
Not the other one, the D__ or D-Day _ Cobra. So I'm unlocking that shit right now. I've never tweeted from it. So
you should do that stream either on Mark's channel or Lyndon's. I reckon Mark's would be funnier though.
Because my channel is normally so non-controversial.
Yeah.
All right, boom. There it is.
D_Day Cobra?
Yeah.
Or is _ Cobra?
There it is now. D-Day _ Cobra.
Ah.
There you go. Jeremy's back on Twitter.
I just want to fight, man. Just want to fight with people.
It's gonna be
start taking Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
You're just gonna have 800 followers, but you're gonna be fighting like you were before.
I've got it. Well, I had a shit ton of follower requests. I don't know if I denied them or not, because I always when I have this account that it shows my locked account when I'm doing videos. You know what I mean? And
does it show that I'm following you now, or did I just follow a troll account?
Yeah, you followed me. You followed me.
Yeah. There is a troll account though there that a lot of people
I know.
follow.
That's what I'm like.
Fucking 800 followers.
I'm gonna get a DM from a troll account being like, "Yeah, you're fired. You don't like."
Jack Scarata for $2. Gina news aside, thoughts on the Bad Batch?
I'm black pilled on Star Wars.
Well, what if I told you that it was all like just Clone Wars, Dave Filoni? Would you be in on it now?
Hell yeah.
Oh boy, here we go. Retcons, continuity issues. Oh fuck yeah, hook it to my veins.
I still haven't got
until we get a furry.
Like,
there's plenty of furries in Star Wars. Chewie's a furry.
Oh, yes, when fucking Dave Filoni's around.
Chewie's not a furry. Chewie is an actual animal.
Is the actor or is the actor not in a giant fursuit?
Well, I guess that's true, but he doesn't want to get fucked in it. That's the difference. And that's why they wouldn't let Dave Filoni on the set of Solo.
Didn't they just have? Isn't the new Chewie like the sequel trilogy Chewie? Isn't he like a young dude?
Yeah, it's Jonas.
You don't know what he's into.
I will say, and it does stand like I have not watched WandaVision since they fired Gina Carano, and I have not looked into any Star Wars stuff that's been discussed. I mean, obviously, I am looking forward to the Bad Batch, like because I enjoyed the Bad Batch in season 7 and those 4 episodes, and I'm a fan of Filoni and Clone Wars and all that shit. But I'm just like, Lucasfilm is a bad company, and is operated by terrible fucking people, and I'm just kind of checked out, man. I don't care about what they're producing because I know that I know it's a bad company ran by bad people, and I'm really checked out right now. So I don't know. And I was enjoying WandaVision too. I was really enjoying WandaVision, even though we felt like we saw some of the writing on the table there. But I don't know, man. Fuck Lucasfilm. That's all I can say for right now. Fuck them.
Yeah. Bad Batch. Listen, the first 4 episodes, the Bad Batch arc, that was fine. It was a good little arc. It was nothing to get excited about in my mind for a spin-off series. But I'm sure to be well received by some people, and if you're a big fan of Clone Wars, you'll probably like it.
I did not see season 7 of Clone Wars, so I don't really have an opinion on it, but you should play Republic Commando.
Yes. Am I a fan of the EU of Star Wars? Yes, I am, Roy. Thank you for asking.
Never heard of it. What's that?
If you can't tell. Lucamus Prime for £5. It would be a dream come true to be a member of the team at Geeks and Gamers. I love your channel.
Trust me, no, it wouldn't.
Thank you. We appreciate that. And yeah, look, there is no rhyme or reason to becoming part of Geeks and Gamers. As a matter of fact, Ryan and I, we had a conference call the other day with a couple of people that have put in a lot of time and effort and passion and just being supporters of Geeks and Gamers. And I can tell you, like, specifically, neither one of them thought they would ever be in a call with me and Ryan to talk about like future Geeks and Gamers projects and things like that. And it's just one of those things, man. Just keep supporting us. And if you have like a certain skill set or something that you can bring to the table, you never know with how I operate.
Skills.
Yeah, particular set of skills.
That's right.
But thank you for the support. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, man. Az's last brain cell for Canadian $5. It's me, Muggsykins. Okay, Muggsykins. After 2 months, GOG finally gave me my refund. They refunded me when it wouldn't hurt their quarterly earnings report. Shocked face.
Wow.
I think they might have just had a lot of requests to get through.
Yeah, well, I am glad you got your. He was someone who had issues with them from the very beginning. So I'm glad you got your refund finally. But yeah. It did take a while, but at least you got it. Her in the steadfast for Canadian 20. When I take a trailer loads of cattle to the auction market, I don't tell them I only bought half and I'll bring the rest over in the coming months, but I want all the money now. It's a stupid business model and predatory. It absolutely is. It 100% is predatory, and that's been like the norm that's been established now. But we've had some high profile. Anthem is the biggest high profile failure, complete failure of trying to do something like that.
Yeah, no, complete and total failure because they pulled the plug on even trying to fix it.
Correct. Whereas, I think Cyberpunk is an absolutely high profile mess. But I think we all do think at some point in the future, maybe not when they're telling us, but at some point in the future, this game will be playable. It probably won't be everything that they told us it would be in the initial trailers, but as far as a complete game, I think it will be.
My bet is by this coming fall, like holiday season, November, it'll be where it probably should have been at launch in December. I guess you can make of that what you will, but I don't think it'll ever be the game that a lot of people were expecting it or hoping it to be. But I think that it will get to the point that it is a decent game that you can play through and have an all right experience with.
Yeah. That's kind of what I think too. Like there's definitely two different Cyberpunk conversations. There's one, all the stuff that they like told and advertised would be in it, and then all that they stripped away, like ultimately, and then also the game that they gave us that is just not working. So you're never gonna get what you thought you would, but like Mark said, it should be a good game at some point. Pew, you're dead for 20 Swedish kronas. What do you guys think of WandaVision?
I'm a bit behind on it, but from what I've seen, I enjoy it. I need to catch up on the last 3 episodes or so.
I haven't seen yesterday's episode, but I think it's interesting enough that I've been wanting to watch it every week.
I'll tell you.
Sorry, I think it's got a decent mix of comedy and intrigue. I guess I wouldn't really say action. There's not really any action in it, but I don't know. It's been intriguing enough that I've wanted to see how it pans out.
I mean, all I can tell you about WandaVision is that Attack on Titan is awesome. Fuck
yeah.
Disney Plus. Shout out to Krista and Lethal for convincing me to watch Attack on Titan. I think I'm on episode 17 of season 1. It's fucking awesome, dude. I mean, it is fucking awesome. And I keep hearing like, I was talking to my webmaster. It's funny. I was talking to Nick, my webmaster, because I told him I'd been watching, and he's a big anime fan. And he's like, dude, he's like, you realize like of the 5 of the highest rated television shows on IMDb, 3 of them are Attack on Titan, and I didn't know that. So
Attack on Titan's lit.
Attack on Titan has the number 1, number 3, and number 5 highest rated individual TV shows on IMDb.
It's episodes though you're referring to, right?
Yeah, individual episodes. I think Hero season 3 was number 1. Something to do with Armin.
Don't look that up.
No, I didn't know. I don't know the specifics. But yeah, and Breaking Bad was the Ryan Johnson episode was actually number 2.
Ozymandias.
And then
that was a good episode.
Guess what the 5th was? The 5th highest rated.
The Mandalorian.
Nope, that was dropped.
Clone Wars something.
Yeah, Mandalorian season. The Luke Skywalker episodes dropped out of the top 20.
Revenge of the Sith, Ahsoka style. That was
it's
the season finale of season 1 of 24, the best episode of television ever.
Season finale of Clone Wars season 7 is number 5 and number 6. The episode before it, but Mandalorian's actually dropped off, thankfully, because that fucking final episode with Luke Skywalker was not a good episode. I'm sorry, it just was not a good episode.
The only reason it fell off is because people got mad after they fired Gina Carano. the retards that thought it was good, they actually voted that. So,
let's see. People are having a battle between 2 of my favorite Japanese things. Berserk, the manga of Berserk might be better than the manga of Attack on Titan. I haven't read the manga of Attack on Titan, but the Berserk manga is amazing. The newest Berserk TV shows are horrendously bad. Like Berserk 2016 and 2017 are horrible. So if you're seeing people say Berserk is better than Attack on Titan in the chat, and you're watching a Berserk show that is computer animated, stop. You're watching the wrong ones. Watch the 1997 one, or the movie trilogy from 2011, 2012, 2013 is okay too. But 2016, 2017, don't do it.
A bunch of freaks talking about anime in the chat.
Hey, well, if you want more anime, go over to Chris's Dragon Ball Chick channel. She's got reviews for seasons. I haven't watched any of them because they've got spoilers, but she's got reviews for Attack on Titan. And Lethal talks about it. Mark has his podcast.
Yeah, Lethal and I do a podcast with X-Ray Girl on Mondays. Jane Theory's in the chat. She was one of our guests once. Geeky Pixie's been on a couple times.
Right on.
So,
Ryan's very angry right now.
Yeah, I just want to read super chat.
Just start watching anime, Ryan. Stop fighting it. You know you want
Ryan,
to.
Watch
Your body wants to.
Terminus EST for $2. What are you guys' thoughts on SWTOR? I really like Star Wars: The Old Republic. It is. Although it is an MMO, you can play literally the entire game as just a straight RPG. You don't need to play with anybody if you don't want to. But if you can, and that makes it cool as well. It has a lot of content in there for 8 different classes and 8 different story arcs that I think are pretty damn good, and I'm glad that it's still going.
My issue with SWTOR is I feel a lot like it's not very consistent. Like some stories are really good and some are pretty fucking bad. Like the Inquisitor, I think is the best storyline. Like, have you seen or played the most recent?
Not the most recent DLC. No.
See, look, you'll like it because I know you and me are very similar in this type of stuff. You'll like one key part, you go, that's fucking awesome, and then you'll get to another part, you go, this isn't that good. You'll be pretty mixed on it.
Okay. Yeah, there's the Jedi Knight storyline is basically KOTOR 3. Like that is kind of the KOTOR 3 story. I think that the agent, I didn't expect to think the agent was good. I loved the agent storyline. That was fucking awesome. So even the trooper one, I thought that would be dumb as fuck, but it was okay too. So yeah, I like it. Storyman Jack for $5. I will never give another dime or one more moment of my attention to Disney fucking Lucasfilm. I think a lot of people in that same boat, Storyman Jack. Thanks for the super chat, man. Fundongus Company for 2. Any thoughts on Monster Hunter Rise?
I played the demo. I didn't really like it very much. I love Monster Hunter World, but I think that going from playing like 1440p 60 frames a second on PC to playing it like barely 30 frames a second on a Switch, I don't think I can do it.
I bought Monster Hunter World, but I haven't played it yet. I want to get into it. I've heard so many great things about it.
It takes a lot to learn. I could send you some videos of each. If you pick a weapon that you want to use, I recommend there's a guy named Eric's on YouTube who does these weapon tutorials. And if you try using the weapon and think it's useless, you'll watch his tutorials and learn so much about, there's that like very specific set of instructions I need to give the controller in order to have this weapon become amazing. But then once you start like mastering the weapons, it becomes a really good game.
Yeah, you're gonna get fucking wrecked at the start.
Yeah, and it's not that it's that difficult, it's that it's super complicated. It's not very easy to just figure out.
It's not hard, it's just difficult.
No. Well, I mean, like once you know what to do, the gameplay is not particularly challenging. It's that it's complicated. So if you don't understand the mechanics, you're just not going to know what to do, and you're going to get killed.
Yeah, some guys in the chat. He said I gave up on Monster Hunter World. It's complicated for me.
Get ready for 20-minute fights.
There you go.
Oh yeah, and sometimes the fights take a while.
What's up, just some guy?
By the way, I'll give a further update this Monday for our premium Mario Kart stream. But we are getting close to having the foundation completed for the Geeks and Gamers app. I've heard back from the developers. Foundation is nearly complete. They will give me a tangible report here in the next few days. And whatever information I can share with our premium members in more detail, I'll do that this Monday on our Mario Kart stream. So looking forward to that. And yeah, it's in the works. It's happening. And we have officially greenlit the sequel to Fact Blast. That is officially in the early development right now. And we've got a few really talented guys that we've brought on. It's got some good shit going. Mark's trying to sell us on one aspect of it. We'll see what happens. We're in the idea phase right now, so nothing has happened. But would you guys like to see a 2D side scroller that kind of builds upon the first Fact Blast game? Or Mark, what's your selling point? The simple.
I would like it to be a JRPG styled game, not like super long like a JRPG, but turn-based combat, like open world maps, dialogue heavy, so that we can throw in a lot of like funny jokes about the team and things like that. You can make everyone a playable character in the party and give special attacks. Like X-Ray Girl had the idea of giving Krista a nuggy attack that she could throw. I want my like limit break to be like my like beanie comes off and I've got like the PC Master Race white hair and I just like throw system specs at people.
Sounds expensive, man.
Ryan will rage, obviously.
Easy for me. The Geek Blend for $10, a super sticker with a little controller, like level up thing. Really cool. Thank you, Geek Blend. Nice. And then Geek Blend becomes a member. Thank you. right after SWTOR becomes a member. Thank you for
Shout
that.
out to Skimitar. His memes are fucking god tier.
Lyndon said, "No need for dialogue with me."
No, Lyndon just every one of Lyndon's lines is just a 3-dot ellipsis.
Yes, yes.
What do you think, Lyndon?
Unless he's calling out Rippa. I'm calling out your hypocrisy, Rippa. I'm calling it out. Like, whoa. It's like Kevin Smith in Clerks when he talked that, Silent Bob all of a sudden speaks one time and then he never talks again. That's what Lyndon did with Rippa.
And then after that moment, he cried every time anyone mentioned anything. That was that one moment that broke Kevin Smith.
I thought you were talking about Lyndon.
Fluffy Panda for $5. When Jeremy goes on his Nintendo Love Fest, reminds me of Lady and the Tramp spaghetti scene. PS got suspended from Twitter for mocking NPCs online challenges. PS got suspended from Twitter for mocking NPCs online challenges. You guys know what that means?
I think he's saying PS, personal statement. I got banned from Twitter.
Maybe. You got suspended. Oh, you got suspended from Twitter for mocking NPCs. Okay. Well, that sucks. But that's not surprising, I suppose. Storyman Jack for $5 was going to join Geeks and Gamers Premium, but with all the memberships, I have to get a second job first. Crap, I just spent 10 more bones. Dang. Thank you for the super chat, Storyman Jack. Appreciate it. Ryan Kinnell's discarded foreskin for $5. For God's sakes, I heard extra grow. For God's sakes, a merkin doesn't go on your chin. A merkin? What's a merkin?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, well, nice try. Thank you for the super chat. None of us got it, but we do thank you. Ryan Kinnell's discarded foreskin. Krista Joe for $5. Jeremy, if you hire more people, don't hire Toxic Brood. We have to see his stupid knee face even more beat you every Sunday Mario Kart stream.
Toxic Brood's my boy. I like Toxic Brood, and he's got the Cobra Kai Geeks and Gamers mentality. He knows how to talk shit. He knows how to have fun. But he can be a little whiny when he gets beat down. But overall, he's a good dude. Just don't call him Toxie. Don't call him Toxie. He does not like when you call him Toxie.
He does not like that.
Does not like that at all.
Now, speaking of video games, Mark and Lethal were able to watch PlayStation State of Play. And I feel like, do you guys think that was a little disappointing for most people that tuned in?
Probably. Yep. It essentially told us almost nothing. Like a little bit more than nothing, but effectively it was mostly just footage of games that were already announced. There was one pretty cool looking indie game called Sifu that I thought looked really great. It was like kind of a martial arts beat 'em up game. They showed a bit of footage of Returnal, nothing new that would have like blown you away, but it's looking pretty good. The big news though was the Final Fantasy VII remake Intergrade, which I think is the thing that's been end up causing some controversy also. And I don't know, Lethal, do you want to explain what that is? Just so I'm not going full monologue.
Say it again. Sorry, you cut out for a moment.
What do you want to explain what Final Fantasy VII Intergrade
Oh,
is?
motherfuckers! Right. It's confusing as shit. So there's Intergrade, which is the upgrade from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5. And then there's the Yuffie DLC, which was probably the only thing that hyped me during that state of play, and I think it looks really, really good. I like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Final Fantasy VII Remake is a sequel. There was a bit of a bait and switch, but the game is not a remaster. A lot of people want a remaster, but it is a remake, and they're giving us the Yuffie DLC, but if you're on PlayStation 4, you can't get it. And like just some guy says, do you remember like 2-3 weeks ago where I was pretty much jacking off at the idea of a possible Sephiroth game because it was called, because of First Soldier was trademarked and all
what
that.
Did that turn out to be?
It turned out to be a mobile battle royale.
Yep. It sure
Gotta
did.
love it. Gotta love it.
The other mobile game though seemed kind of interesting in that it looked like just Final Fantasy VII but cleaned up a bit. Like does anyone know what the deals of that was? Like it was just like kind of like a nicer looking version of the original Final Fantasy VII with like during the dialogue there'd be character profiles, like kind of well-drawn character profiles coming up, and it looked like high-res kind of upscales of the original sort of polygon models. But they weren't really clear on exactly what that is. I think that one's called Ever Crisis. But where it became controversial, though, is that, funny enough, is them trying to do something nice for their PlayStation Plus subscribers. And March, Final Fantasy VII Remake for PS4 is free with the PlayStation Plus subscription. So it's not free. You have to be a PS Plus subscriber to get it and to continue playing it. The thing is, that version does not upgrade to the PS5 version for free. So if you're playing that version on a PS5, you'd still be like stuck at 30 frames a second with like the old textures and no ability to upgrade it without buying a full price copy of Final Fantasy VII Intergrade, which sucks. And I think that it was a bit of a shitty move of them to do that. But what's really crazy is, as Lethal was mentioning, the Yuffie DLC is exclusive to the PS5 version. So anyone that plays the PS Plus version coming out in March, in order for them to play the DLC for that game, they have to buy a PlayStation 5, a copy of the game they probably already finished that they thought they were getting for free with their subscription, and the DLC. Like, it's really fucked up.
It's fucking trash.
There's and I was like in arguments pretty much all yesterday on Twitter of like just fanboys that are like, oh no, it's fine. Like, obviously they need to make money on this. I'm like, oh my God, you guys, they had no ability to advocate for their own like consumer
well-being.
rights. Yeah.
And I think most people that own the game, you know, it was a PS4 exclusive, wasn't it? So I don't know. To make the DLC a PS5 exclusive just seems absolutely
that's shady.
That's
Shady as fuck. Honestly,
like I said, when I saw Mark was there, when I saw Yuffie pop up on the screen, I was happy, man. I was like, "Fuck yeah, yeah, yeah!"
In her little Moogle suit.
Yeah, I was happy. I'm like, "Shit, yeah!" You know, I'm getting this. I'm hell getting this. And PlayStation 5 only. It's like, yep, you brought me up just to crush me.
Like, my question, like, is how many pieces of Final Fantasy are we going to get? Is it 3?
Oh, good fucking question.
They have not even come close to announcing that.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. I'm like wondering how long this is going to go, because the way I really anticipated it going is I thought it was going to be a year by year. I thought we'd get one thing in 1 year, next year we get the next piece, and maybe they might do 3 kind of pieces of Final Fantasy VII. But now with this coming as a big announcement, essentially around the same time last year when it came out, that sounds to me like it's going to be 2 years between things.
Well, then we got Final Fantasy.
I think it's going to be more than
works.
that. Yeah, like I think we're not seeing Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 until after 16.
God, that's fucking nuts, dude.
Well, I mean, they've shown nothing of it. They haven't announced anything regarding a timeline, or they haven't even announced when Xbox and PC versions of Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1 are coming out. And they did say that it was only going to be exclusive to PS4 for a year. Now, I don't know if they were being kind of dickheads and being like, yeah, it's exclusive to PS4 for a year, and now it's coming to PS5. It's like, okay, sure, great.
Like, it's going to be like, we've gone from people like Nintendo just porting old shit. Now they're doing remakes, but instead of just remaking the game, they're just going to remake it, but release it in 4 $60 pieces. So you end up getting fucked.
Nintendo for the win.
I just saw just some guy in the chat. I'm pretty sure Nomura's not doing part 2.
Ooh.
And I don't know. That could end up working out for the best.
Oh, Nomura, dude! I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan. I praise and curse Nomura 100 times in the same day.
I mean, yeah, like I don't hate everything he's done or anything like that, but I think that when Nomura decides that he's going to be doing a long, multiple installment story that takes place over a bunch of different spin-offs and mediums, I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, Nomura is fucking... He's in another world, that man.
Like, I really don't... 5 years from now, I really don't want to be playing Final Fantasy VII Type 4 7.5 times days remake master copy or whatever weird-ass
Final
title
Mix.
he's gonna give. Yeah, Final Mix. Like, that's a reference to bad Kingdom Hearts game titles. They're super confusing.
Yeah, they're very... 358 over 2 days.
Over 2... Like, yeah, it's a fraction.
Nomura, man.
Who puts a fraction in the title of a video game?
Yeah, but we
Unless
didn't
it's
get
frog fractions.
we didn't really get anything else major from State of Play, honestly. No
Kenya
news.
looks cool.
Yeah, we got an update on that. I guess we did.
Wait, which game?
Kenna or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
little
I
girl-
mean, yeah, but like we
knew
like,
that already. Yeah.
nothing that they showed in that trailer was anything we didn't know about that game. It's like it's gonna be a character action kind of Zelda-ish game, and it's gonna have cool Pixar art. Like that's what I learned from that trailer, and that's what I learned from the first trailer they showed a year ago. Like I don't know. I just think that with E3 kind of going out the window, I think a lot of companies are doing this like, yeah, let's have like an event where we show off our best stuff. Yeah, my dogs are growling. Well, let's have an event where we show off this stuff. And then we had like the Resident Evil 8 reveal event that realistically, like they could have just revealed that trailer and it would have been fine. They didn't have to do an event. And now I think Sony is feeling like they need to put on these state of plays, and Nintendo's doing directs. And none of these companies really seem like they have all that much to show.
No.
So I don't know. I think that, like, would anyone have been pissed if they just released the Final Fantasy VII Intergrade trailer? Like,
No,
Nah,
we didn't need all this
own.
fucking
Like,
bullshit
it's,
for it. Because then what happens? Then you get everybody like, are we going to hear any update about God of War? Are we going to hear any update about Horizon in West? Like, that's what everyone's waiting for, because that's the thing that people really because when you put something major out like this, that's what people expect. And just to get let down by realizing I have to buy a PS5 if I actually want this this fucking DLC. So
I know. How crazy is that? Like, look, I want a PS5 for Horizon because I loved her first Horizon, and I want to keep playing Final Fantasy VII Story, the remake, the sequel. But knowing that I need a PS5 to play DLC, that fucking sucks, man.
Shout out to Chris Varcella, who said he beat Fact Blast. That's not an easy accomplishment.
Yeah.
It's a pretty difficult game. So I haven't heard of too many people that beat it yet. Ryan has to stream it and play it.
yeah, fucking T-Rev's on my ass about fucking playing it.
Yeah. So we gotta get that done.
I do have to get it done.
It is. It's like I'd say like old school Mega Man. You know, that type of challenge.
It's frustrating. The Twitter level. The first time you do the Twitter level is frustrating as fuck.
Yeah. So
Gaming or what for $2 doesn't say anything, but thank you, Ryan for Canadian $2. Is there a red pilled test to join your channel? I don't know. Did Uche pass?
yeah, there is no red pill test. Basically, it's can you deal with opposite opinions? That's really what it comes down to. Because I don't ask people's politics. I don't ask their opinions on the social justice element of things. I mean, Mark, for instance, I've never talked to him about politics. Like specifically, like, oh, what are you thinking? It's not really something he's interested in talking to me about, and I'm not interested in those opinions. So you just got to have common sense, man, and not really get offended by the smallest shit. I mean, if Mark can be here with all of his Nintendo hate and slander, then anybody can. So
it's slander when it's not true, Jeremy.
Yeah. Mark doesn't really have any political opinions.
Except that I'm not a communist.
Oh well.
I'm going to take a very hardline anti-communism position.
Then how do you explain your fiance?
Well, I took.
Is this picture from today, or is this still?
No, he's had that for a while.
Yeah, but he's wearing the same hat.
I wear this hat all the time. I actually was wearing a different hat at the start of the stream, and it was uncomfortable, so I went to go track this one down.
The beard looks slightly more fuller now, though. So
I've been for the last little while, like for this calendar year, actually, I've been having to trim my own beard, so it's never as good. In fact, my cheeks need a trim and my neck right now. I'm out of sorts. I obviously didn't prepare for the stream properly.
First world problems. I have to trim my own beard. Okay. But
you never do as good a job when it's on yourself. I'm telling you.
I don't know. Stainless steel rat for £2. Can't subscribe 2 times, so here's a couple of quid for a beer. Thank you, stainless steel rat. Since it's for a beer, I will take that one. If it's for apple juice or whatever, that can go to Jeremy.
It's a wig of apple juice for the working man.
Where'd it go? Terminus EST for 5 with Mando. At least it felt like they were trying, like a special needs kid going through high school. But with Gina's firing, I'm totally done with Disney. Star Wars. Yeah, we'll see. Listen, people are going to come back, even though they are mad. That's how it is. We saw that with Rise of Skywalker. But I think it'll be fewer and fewer each time something like this.
I don't know. I don't know if Rise of Skywalker is a good thing to use, man. I mean, they lost 50% of their audience.
They'll come back the next time I do a Luke scene or some
Yeah,
shit.
I was going to say, yeah, like, listen, I saw a lot of people saying that they would never support Disney ever again. They would never go watch another Star Wars film because of what Last Jedi did. And, like, some of those people were in the theater. You know what I mean? We just want to be a part of it, like to see the dumpster fire, whatever it may be. So I don't know. I heard a lot of talk like that after Last Jedi too, but a lot of people got back on board when they started getting the like very shallow returns of characters in the Mandalorian.
But again, the Mandalorian was decent. It wasn't horrible. It slowly pulled people back in. So that Luke Skywalker moment's not what pulled people back in.
That's what
you're talking. I understand.
shallow, yeah.
I understand that, but the Rise of Skywalker lost 50% of the audience from The Force Awakens. That was a failure.
Oh,
That was a failure, and it showed that people were just not willing to just go back to it. Transformers continue to get better. The shittier the movies were. Like, these Star Wars fans were walking away from Star Wars because it was shitty. So I just think that's a bad example of the Rise of Skywalker. The Mandalorian, it wasn't the Luke Skywalker moment, which so many people have tried to misrepresent and say Luke Skywalker pulled people back in. The Mandalorian spent 2 seasons of good stories and decent character development of pulling people back in, and they capped it off with Luke Skywalker. Then they fucked it up afterwards, but I don't think it's as simple as just people just responding to one moment here. Like, it was 2 years of building to that moment in a good way, but they showed that people are just not going to eat this shit up anymore. That's how bad the sequel trilogy was. They lost 50% of their audience.
I agree to some extent with what you're saying, but what I'm saying, like, your point is exactly what the point I was making, was that every time something like this happens, people say they leave, but some people come back. And each time you lose more and more people with this. So that's exactly what we saw with Rise of Skywalker. And, you know, a lot of people said, I'm never doing this again, but some people still went back. Of course, it lost money, but some people went back. Then you have this happen. Same thing we're going to see. A lot of people saying, I'm done with everything. I'm done with anything. Some of these people, they're going to see the Book of Boba Fett, and they're going to be like, well, listen, let's give it another chance. Like,
Yep.
That's what's going to happen. And that's fine. Yeah. Like, there's
He
nothing
has a
wrong with
backpack and he flies.
Yeah, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. You can choose whatever you want to do. But I know that, like, the anger we're feeling right now from a lot of people, it will dissipate, and some people will just get drawn back because of nostalgia and because Star Wars is something that you love. So even if you think there's a chance that it could be fixed, some people will end up going back. But it's going to be fewer and fewer each time.
What Ryan said.
What
is Mark doing?
Dog.
I took my leg off, so I'm looking for the stool, and I think that X-Ray Girl might have stolen it.
Does she hell fuck with you? Like, does she?
Wait
not
a
take
minute.
your leg off when you're asleep?
Wait a minute. I took my leg off. Give him full screen at this point. This is too fucking good to pass up on. What the hell is going on here?
What?
What are you trying to do?
Okay, so this is my leg that is now not on my body.
Oh, wear a fucking shoe.
No.
Just barefoot?
Oh, why? I think I'm going to get athlete's foot on my non-human leg?
Maybe.
God, Ryan. Yeah, no, I'm looking for the little roller stool so that I can rest my leg stump on something that isn't the air or my computer.
You know what?
It's all the way at the other end of the room. So.
Hey.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna turn my. Wait, you can be on cam now.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's muted. I want to see X-Ray Girl paint his toenails of that fake foot.
Oh.
That's what I want to see.
I see people commenting on this Twitter account. They're saying this is not me. It is me. It's. I've had the locked account for a while. I just decided to unlock it. I don't know if I'm going to tweet much from it, but it is me. But I do appreciate the fact that there are people looking out for me saying, no, this isn't him. It's me.
Just respond with, no, this is Patrick.
Ryan, I have a niece who's coming up on 2 years old, so I don't imagine my prosthetic's going to get away with not having painted nails for a whole lot longer.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Hey, Mark, views went up, so whatever we're doing, keep it up. X-Ray Girl, jump in there, hit him with the leg. What? I don't care at this point. We got views went up.
Slapstick humor. Chris Arcella for 5. Great, Jeremy. Now that Lethal and Krista got you into Attack on Titan, now it's time for you to listen to my anime recommendations.
One step at a time. Jeremy's not quite there. Jeremy's not quite there yet.
Let him finish Attack on, or at least catch up to Attack on Titan first.
DM for $2. Would you ever consider a live caller segment? It's tough because, as you can see, if you've been paying attention to chat, there's a lot of people who actively hate us so badly they would try to get on just so they could do something to hopefully get a stream down.
Yeah, no, seriously, like the last Common Ground stream I did, there's people that talked to me on that stream, and we had a very good conversation, a very a good back and forth, very respectful. And they have taken that moment, and that's their life's accomplishment, is that they fucking talked to me on a fucking stream, and they have spun it and twisted it and claimed that they did this and that. The fucking stream is still up. It's on Ryan's channel. Like, you can go over there and watch it. There's nobody that did it. Nobody got the best of me. Not that it was really even that. Like, it was, no one even came at me. Like,
no, everyone's like, well, I just think that maybe you should do this when you're like, well, no, because this, and they're like, well, okay, well, I see that.
Yeah, no, everybody that was like, Jeremy, like, get on Twitter and they make videos and they shit all over me, and then they finally get a chance to talk to me, and it's just like, all right, I appreciate your concern on that, but here's why. Okay, Jeremy, I appreciate that, man. And now they take the moment. They're like, "Oh, Jeremy, I just roasted him." Like, no, you did not. Both fucking videos, 6 hours each. You can go watch all of it, but it was still fun. And Ryan, we got Ryan monetized like that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do it on your gaming channel. We get you monetized.
Oh, yeah. I just play SWTOR in the background while you argue with people.
Yeah, exactly.
Do it on X-Ray Girl's gaming channel so that she can get monetized. She's just been uploading her Twitch streams to a YouTube channel, and I think she gets more views than I do.
I have been talking to Ryan about this for months now. I've just got the itch.
He just wants to fight people, and I keep bringing. I'm like, listen. Literally, all these people you talk to, we're like, oh, common ground, I'm going to bring them together, settle beefs. All of them are just still bitter and fucking angry that they're not relevant in any way, shape, or form.
I know.
One of them, like, they're all fucking in my replies all the time. Some of these fucking losers, because Jeremy's not on Twitter, so they come to my reply. Well, he's on Twitter now.
But hell, I
like,
regret
you're just such a bad moderator, Ryan. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? You literal
the moderator's job is to amp up the two sides.
Like, Ryan did not, and this was early on. Like, how long have you been on the Geeks Gamers team when this thing happened? It was early on.
Maybe a couple months or something.
And I'd already seen the what Ryan, his potential and everything. So, but I'm sure Ryan was still in the early phases of just like, hey, I don't want to, I'm still new to all of this. He wasn't even monetized on the first one, but he literally he did not take any side on anything. He stayed quiet when the conversation was going, and then he would jump in and read super chats. He didn't sway the conversation at all. He didn't take my side on anything. And some of these motherfuckers are sitting there saying like, oh, yeah, Ryan, he was... What? No, literally, there's 6 hours of evidence to prove that you're lying. But yeah, I'm already regretting fucking being back on Twitter. The goddamn notifications are insane. So, holy fuck.
That didn't last very long.
Oh, fuck. I'm about to lock this shit again. So...
where was I at? Snacks and Comics for 5. Jeremy is starting to watch anime. How long till we get a fuck Funimation rant?
Fuck Funimation right now based on the fucking UI? Holy fuck. Good lord, that's a shitty site. Is it just me?
Don't know.
It's so fucking bad. Like, tell me, chat, is it me or is Funimation just a shitty fucking site? Like, it works like shit. It's so fucking bad.
I use Crunchyroll, not Funimation.
Well, I need to use something besides Funimation because I'm on a free trial right now, so I could run through.
Funimation, I think, has dubs though, so if you want to watch in English, that's kind of the place to do it. Otherwise, you could sail the high seas.
Yeah, the chat saying Funimation's trash. Funimation is trash.
Yeah, especially after all the Vic Mignogna stuff.
Absolutely.
You can't help that. Like, the other day, I was in the cinema watching the Demon Slayer movie because it's finally come out over here, and the first thing that pops up is the Funimation logo. You're like, yeah, fuck you, cunts.
Oh, was it dubbed?
No, it was subbed.
Oh, okay. Because I thought Funimation like mostly does the like voiceover dubs. But Extra Girl and I are almost caught up on Demon Slayer. We're at episode 22 of 26, I think.
The movie is lit.
Episode 19 was pretty sweet, I'll tell you that much. The hype for that one was real.
Oh, yeah.
Ross Poo says, is Sports Wars doing a March Madness bracket challenge? You know what? We might be able to do something like that. I haven't even thought about it till now. But,
good idea.
Yeah, we could, because you can set up your own little things on like Yahoo or whatever. So yeah, that's a good idea. Might look into that. Jade Shadow for $3. Jeremy, your is a grifter. Now fight me.
I mean, I am. I'm 100% a grifter. So that's the wrong thing to say. You got to take a shot at Nintendo. Marjade, come on. But yeah, grifters and gamers or geeks and grifters. We'll come up with something. Yeah.
Roger Haynes, Canadian, $5. Hey guys, kind of curious. What are some of the toughest boss battles you've faced? Anything you still haven't beat to this day?
Mike Tyson.
Oh,
Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
I can think of one I haven't beaten too.
I've got one.
Mike Tyson and Mike Tyson's Punch Out. To this day, I've still never beat him. I understand it's all about the timing and the pattern, and I get way too fucking nervous. And I never have beaten him to this day. Go ahead.
I've beaten it, but Lingering Will, fuck me dead. That shit can fuck right off.
Dude, there's a boxing game. Jeremy reminded me of it, where you fight this dude. He's like something Frost or something like that. He's like the Iceman. He's just fucking impossible. I don't know how you're supposed to fucking beat him. So I never. It was he was the final fucking boss. You fought your way all the way up, and I was never able to beat him. I don't even remember what boxing game that was.
What was cheap ass shit? Fucking Shao Kahn and Mortal Kombat 9. It was beatable, but
he cheats though.
That is bullshit.
I remember that was one of the first times I remember like my ability to analyze games was actually infuriating me because I'm just like this. Like Shao Kahn is actually not playing by the rules. He will just all of a sudden block attacks that should have already staggered him, and then just attack his way through them. And you're like this AI is shit, and the only way they're able to make it difficult is to have the computer actually break the rules.
Yeah, it's just cheap as fuck.
It's infuriating. But for me, it's I think probably one of the best boss fights that I have beaten, and actually the one I haven't, are both in the same game. In Dark Souls 3, Slave Knight Gale was probably one of the best boss fights ever, as far as being an extremely difficult battle that is doable. And the one that I've never beaten to this day is Dark Eater Midir, because I think he's actually impossible to solo. It's a big dragon that does lightning damage, and my Thief Stagger does like nothing on him. So I don't know. I just kind of gave up and was like, hey, it's a DLC boss. I'm just not going to beat that one.
Yeah, this motherfucker right here, Isaac Frost. I'd never beat this dude. Fight Night Champion. That was the the title of that game. Never fucking beat him. His stats were better than Muhammad Ali's and Mike Tyson's. He was just your fucking rival through the entire thing. Fuck that guy. Yeah, that's my one. Niall Hope for €5. Hey, like Square is going in the same direction as Activision. Did you see the trailer for Final Fantasy VII mobile game?
Yeah, I fucking did.
There's two. There's the mobile battle royale and the like Final Fantasy VII remake. Funny enough.
Yeah,
but not the PlayStation one. The like actual what looks like a remake of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. And then Niall Hook for another €5. Cannot wait for Gina's movie. I'm proud of her for not bending the knee and going her own direction. Hashtag stand with Gina Carano. Hashtag we love Gina Carano. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think
a lot of people, it's going to be a while before that comes out. but I know people are happy that she's doing her own thing and stood up for a lot of people. MC Martin official channel for 2, is GTA 6 facing a ban or is GTA 5? Well, that is a good question and brings me to our next topic. So GTA 5, for entirety of Grand Theft Auto's existence, there have been out-of-touch politicians trying to get it banned for one reason or another. Now, if you were going to ban the sale of GTA 5, I think, maybe like 7 years ago would have been a good time to actually introduce this bill instead of after it's one of the best-selling games of all time. However, we do have a new attempt. Chicago lawmaker proposes bill to ban sale of violent video games like GTA 5, specifically because there are a lot of carjackings in his district, and he thinks that if he bans GTA 5, that'll solve all the problems. As if banning violent video games would cause crime in Chicago to drop. Here's a spoiler alert. There was crime in Chicago before people were playing Pong. There was crime in Gary, Indiana before people were playing first-person shooters. Sometimes it's just how it is. There are places that are run like dog shit where the people there commit crimes. That happens. But once again, there is a push to ban GTA 5. Jeremy, as someone who was around before video games, what do you think about this?
It's kind of like I talked to a guy the other day. He's planning on raping a woman, but then he saw a hashtag like don't rape women, and he decided not to. I mean, so we can make a real difference. So I think we should ban all video games that have any violence whatsoever. I think we can cure crime because crime never existed before then. So I think this is a step in the right direction. I think this is going to help heal. If you go back to a lot of the violence, even before we were around, was definitely around video games is what motivated all of that violence. So this is a dangerous time we live in, and I think we need to take a step forward and get rid of games like GTA. Thank you.
Have you seen Ricky Berwick's response to this?
No,
please show it.
I've got it here.
Please.
It's brilliant. It's fucking brilliant. I've got it. I'm ready.
Anytime I can.
Auto and other violent video games are getting in the minds of our young people and perpetuating the normalcy of carjacking. Carjacking is not normal, and carjacking must stop.
God. Get the hell out of the car!
Hey, that's the first time I've ever seen Ricky Berwick out of his chair.
What, you didn't see him dance the other day?
I guess not. No,
I've seen him on the ground plenty of times. I've never seen that kind of angle, but yeah. What are you sharing, Mark?
Oh, that's Dark Eater Midir. This is the boss the only Dark Souls boss that I've never beaten. But yeah, he's fucking bullshit. He's just like the most difficult boss ever.
He looks evil.
Fuck that dragon.
Fuck that dragon. Yeah. When it comes to this absolute garbage of GTA, the annoying thing is that it's people that are out of touch on all sides. This is not a left, this is not a right, this is not Republicans, Democrats, any of that shit. It is just fucking stupid, idiotic people that don't know what they're talking about, that are trying to make this correlation between violent crime and video games, of which there is none. There has never been any statistical correlation shown in any way.
Isn't there evidence that actually shows the exact opposite?
I don't know if there's evidence that shows the opposite. The only thing that I've seen is that gaming does cause a rise in basically like kind of adrenaline or whatever, but that's because of the competitive nature of it, not because of something inherently about video games. The same thing would be if these people were out there playing baseball or cricket or whatever.
Yeah, real sport.
Well, it's just a constant. They're trying to always find excuses for bad behavior. You hold people accountable. Individuals should be held accountable for their individual behavior. Stop trying to blame other people for individuals' bad behavior. That's it. It's not complicated, but it's always like shifting the blame to somewhere else instead of the individual being held accountable for their behavior.
I feel like this conversation pops up like every few months. Like they just try with something. But what gets me is, oh my God, GTA 5. Like you said, Ryan, shouldn't they have tried this when the game first came out?
Yeah, we want to ban it after they sold what fucking, fucking how many million copies over 7 years or whatever.
Oh my God.
The only reason I want this to happen, I want GTA 5 to be banned. I want it to be banned. You can't play it online, so they're forced to come out with GTA 6. How about that? Instead of just sitting there making money on the online shit. Well, that guy from Chicago is a Democrat. Yeah, that guy is, but it was just 2 years ago where
it's not
where
always
President Trump said something fucking retarded about school shootings. And well, it's because of violent video games. He literally said that.
I made a video on this channel, and you guys know I'm a massive Trump fan, massive Trump supporter. When Trump made that stupid fucking statement,
yeah,
I blasted him on this channel. Blasted him. For all the people that say I'll never criticize Trump, I mean, obviously I'll criticize him if I feel it's necessary, and I did. When Trump said that stupid shit, I was like, "You're fucking. This is the stupidest shit you could have said," and you said things that a lot of people might say is stupid, but this is blaming video games for violence. Get the fuck out of here. So yeah, I don't care if you have a D, an R. I don't care what your position is. If you say that, you deserve to get called out.
In the
this
80s,
is your fact blast, Mark. Here we go.
There you go. The ARPG version.
Look at me. What the fuck? Why am I so little?
You are little as fuck.
Ryan's the sorceress.
It's such a bad picture of me.
He looked like Krista. He looked like Krista.
What's going on with Mark? He's got a bit of dirt going on.
I'm a necromancer.
Who made this?
I'm getting ready to raise the dead.
I thought you said his memes were like top tier. Look at this shit.
God tier, and you fucking
look at Jeremy's chin.
Dude, this is beast fucking mode right here. Okay, this is the alphas, and then you're sitting over there. Basically, Ryan could be talking about chicky nuggies and
Big J's head
and baby. Can somebody put a baby Yoda and a chicky nuggie in his head?
Look at how big Jay's head is.
I'm just like, woo, I'm about to raise some skeletons.
What the fuck? Half of his head isn't even fucking in there. This is the guy you're like, he makes dank memes. This guy?
Who made this meme?
This is a great meme.
Whose meme is this?
Scimitar.
Oh, give me Apollo.
Nah, this is dank.
Look at Ryan's skinny ass legs. Look at your legs.
I don't know. He's got some shapely calves.
Imagine thinking this isn't a dank meme.
That's fucking badass. I think we've got some concept art for Fact Blast too. That's right.
Looks like trash. But anyway, yeah. So another attack against Grand Theft Auto today, which was interesting.
That I'm sure is going to make a big difference.
Oh yeah, it's like pulling copies off the shelves as we speak.
I mean, the only time the moral outrage thing actually did something kind of was against Mortal Kombat, and what it did was just created the ESRB. But once you have ratings on video games, honestly, what more do you really want them to do? All it is it's not even it's not a Republican or right wing or left wing thing. It's just because you'll have moral busybodies on either side who just have the oh, please think of the children, and they don't realize that parenting is probably what makes kids violent or not their recreational fantasy activities like movies and video games. That's not turning anyone into a carjacker. Or a killer.
Yeah, I'm with Mark. As long as it clearly states on the rating what's in the game, I think that's all you need to do. A kid goes, "Mum, I want to buy that game," and the mum picks it up and says, "Oh, it's got high sexual violence." It's maybe not today, maybe not today, maybe in a few years. What else do you want?
Yep.
Yeah. Where was it? Mike Hill for $5. I use Hulu to watch Attack on Titan.
Oh, it's on Hulu? We don't have Hulu in Canada, but it was on Netflix here, but they took it off.
Yeah, I've never really. I've used Hulu a few times years ago, but I just couldn't. I didn't like it, but anything's better than Funimation.
Jade Shadow for $5. Nintendo is popular with cat ladies, soccer moms, and children. So perfect for Jeremy.
I was just baiting you to send another super chat, so thank you. So.
Hey, get it? Women minds are dumb.
Proxy for $5. Most violent crime-filled areas in the U.S. are run by Dems and far lefts. You're not wrong about that.
Nope.
Crazy Eyed Jedi. It's all about like people trying to search for another explanation instead of fixing the actual problems. That's what this is. Just a way to try to push it off to video games.
Yep.
Crazy Eyed Jedi for $5. Having fun teaching my granddaughter to fix her Switch. Epic frustration.
Fix it? What do you mean fix it?
Well, yeah, there. You know,
Maybe
it only has the games that it has. So I'm sorry, Crazy Eyed Jedi. Your daughter would be or granddaughter would be disappointed. But I don't know. Maybe. Well, sometimes when you have to like connect controllers or whatever, that can get confusing. I suppose if you're a child. But yeah, thank you for the super chat. Mike Hill for $5. Just like Xander Cage said, video games is our only education. Thank you, Mike Hill. Let me refresh the Streamlabs just in case. We did from Ryan and Jeremy's Love Child for $5. It says, Daddies. He's saying hi to us because
I love hearing X-Ray Girl laughing in the background. She's gonna have that time stamped too, knowing her.
Yeah.
X-Ray Girl giggle at.
Ryan and Jeremy's Love Child says, Daddies. Well, nice to meet you, son. Honestly, let me know right before the NBA draft, and then I might give a fuck about you. Other than that, have a good life, I suppose. Speaking of a good life, you know who doesn't have good lives? Disgusting games journalists. Game journalists who, for over the past 7 years or so, have just continued to display the absolute dumpster piles that they are. They're fucking trash. And what we saw a few days ago surrounding Hogwarts Legacy was pretty fucking gross, honestly, because imagine getting upset and trying to cancel someone simply because he has like a centrist opinion, like that doesn't fall in line with you, but also isn't anything super offensive. That's what they tried to do to one of the devs, the lead designer, in fact. Let me share my screen here. And it was Kotaku where I first saw all of this. Hogwarts Legacy lead designer used to run anti-social justice YouTube channel. How dare he? Troy Levitt is a lead designer at Warner Brothers development studio Avalanche Software, currently working on a controversial Harry Potter game, Hogwarts Legacy. He also ran a reactionary YouTube channel focused on attacking feminism and social justice for over a year. I would say
reactionary is my favorite word because no one ever defines it.
It's just when you react to something, Mark.
I didn't know what the fuck it meant. Now ended up on that freaking stream of what's his face who hates my guts. And
Ryan, I know the definition of it, but the people who use it, like the people who will say to me, "Oh, you're a reactionary," I was like, well, because I react to video games. They're like, "No, because you work for Geeks and Gamers." They think it means conservative.
Yeah,
like something to that effect.
And I was like, "What is that?" I don't understand what that. I didn't understand what it meant. I'd never heard it. I just thought it meant like a reaction channel, like Tyrone Magnus or some shit. Like, and then I guess it has this political meaning to it that these weirdos.
Basically, that's what like alt-right people are labeled.
Yeah,
as.
Right.
That's what it is. Like as if the only way you can react is if you are hating people for the color of their skin or like something like that. That's what they mean by reactionary nowadays. The information was first provided by Did You Know Gaming contributor Liam Robertson, who highlighted the channel, and of course, that little beta bitch. Fucking protect his account. I don't know if did he block me? Yeah, that fucking piece of shit blocked me.
Really, it sounds like you would be so civil to him online.
I never said anything to this cunt. I've never fucking said anything. I've never interacted with him on Twitter, but this douchebag blocked me. So now I'll say really bad things about you, you fucking cuck. But anyway, he shared a screenshot that was basically the YouTube channel. He said, this person used to run a far-right YouTube channel criticizing feminists and social justice. Yeah, far-right. Now, listen, I have gone to Troy Levitt's YouTube channel. I've watched actually a lot of his content since then. It is the most milquetoast shit. I don't think he swears. He doesn't really talk about politics. He does talk about the focus on social justice and identity politics being pushed into games and why people push back against that. He has critiques of Anita Sarkeesian that are not like me and Jeremy, where we sit up and say what an insufferable bitch she is. No, it's things literally like analytically breaking down and picking apart her points, something that Mark would do, right? Like that's what Troy Levitt's YouTube channel is like.
And that's the thing that they were making an overall like narrative about his YouTube channel, but they weren't saying anything specific about his takes, which made it even worse. You know what I mean? Like, he talked about Anita Sarkeesian, but what did he say? What did he say that was so bad? Simply because he has opinions that you don't agree with. That's essentially what they were upset about. It's such fucking bullshit, man. It's unbelievable.
A lot of these people don't like. Sorry, go ahead.
No, the fact that he even said that he told Warner Brothers about it and they cleared it, yet these fucking games journalists still wanted to come at even coordinated effort to try to make all of these articles. The employer already knew about it, and you still decided to do this bullshit. Fuck games journalists, dude. They are trash. They are fucking trash. Pissed me off.
Yeah, like they are literally the reason that his shit exists, that his channel exists, because of games journalists and the fucking things that they've done. I wanted to show this. Let me pull this up real quick. This is Sophia Norway's. It's almost like this industry is one-sided and ideologically driven, but that's just a Gamergate conspiracy, because immediately every single thing had the same headline, right? Anti-social justice, anti-social justice, anti-social justice, Gamergate. It's nonstop with these people.
They are so obsessed with Gamergate. It's never going to end for them. That's like the ultimate boogeyman. He's like Michael. Gamergate's Michael Myers to them. It just keeps coming back. It doesn't fucking end.
Well, also their definition of Gamergate is they just distill it down to the harassment. Like it's none of the actual points or issues from people who maybe unsuccessfully at times, but at least we're trying to make salient points based on actual arguments. Those people are all entirely ignored. It's just the people who threatened to kill Anita Sarkeesian or Zoe Quinn or like any
allegedly
the people saying stuff that let's assume it's true. Let's assume they actually did.
Let's assume that there was a sniper at Brianna Wu's house. Yes.
Sure. But that's what I mean. Like even giving all that to say that everything that was going on the like the side of the Gamergate issue that wasn't the like games journalists and social justice-y people side, everyone on that other side were doing the death threats. That all they were doing was death threats. And painting it like that, it's like you can't actually believe that. Like, but they will often bring it up as just like, oh, it was a hate campaign organized around attacking women. And it's like, well, no, it was a hashtag, so people did whatever the hell they wanted to do with the hashtag. Some of those people had decent points and turned into pretty decent YouTubers. Other people were probably trolls sending death threats that probably got banned from Twitter at some point, and that's pretty much the end of their stories entirely. Yet 4 years later or whatever, we're still hearing about it now, and everything comes back to Gamergate. It's just like, oh my God, shut up.
It was about games journalists having a disgusting reciprocal relationship with game developers. And what do you know, 7 years later, that's still the fucking case. That's why they hate it so much, because they were exposed by all these people. That's why they have to keep the march on about it was just a harassment campaign against women, because that invalidates, or it attempts to invalidate, all the things they said that were true. There is a masturbatory relationship between these games journalists themselves and the developers. And all of them have no interest in serving the fans in any way.
No, absolutely fucking spot on. But what's even better is the Warner Brothers reply, where they're like, cool, we know about it. We're not going to say anything about it publicly, which I think is a good reason. But then they were just like, dude, just make the game. That's all we care about. It's like, well, that's like the perfect response.
Yeah, right here.
I've never read a single Harry Potter book. I've only seen the first two movies. I couldn't care less about this game, but now I'm actually kind of interested.
Yeah.
So all I ended up doing was signal boosting this game.
They really did. Some of you have expressed that due to my commentary on some game industry controversies and my sympathies for the Gamergate movement, that I might have a difficult time should I ever want to return to professional game development, Levitt said. I'm happy to say that even though I disclosed my YouTube channel to WB Games, it didn't appear to be an issue for them. Not that they endorse anything I've said, of course, but at least they seem more concerned with making good games than with pushing some kind of social justice agenda. So there is hope.
Yeah. And if we're going to bring it up, then, okay, where's the game you're supposed to make, Zoe?
Yeah, exactly.
That's another thing we could talk about. But I think that the more important thing that's scary about this is that, okay, let's say this guy's channel was 20 times worse than it actually is, and there actually is legitimate stuff that says, okay, yeah, this guy on YouTube was a very harmful voice that would have set a lot of movements back years. Like, I don't know, he would have made it so that gay marriage would never become legal if people saw his videos. Let's assuming that is the case, which it's not, but like for sake of argument, if he is now no longer making YouTube videos and is just developing a video game, is the whole thing that is like, if you ever made a YouTube channel that talks about that stuff, you're just not allowed to have a job doing anything else ever? They want you to quit. They want you to quit doing the YouTube channel, but also they don't want you to have a job doing anything else. Like, is that the argument?
That's their mindset.
Yeah.
That's look what they've done to Gina Carano. Like, they got her fired, and then they still want her. They don't want her to have the ability to speak. They don't want her to have a platform. They don't want any of this shit. And again, look, at the end of the day, normal people are tired of this shit. And normal people far outnumber this small minority of people. And you're starting to see more people wake up to this bullshit. Like, as a matter of fact, and I'm gonna share a video with you guys. I got it pulled up to the if we're done making our points on this specific topic. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I think the fact that it's Harry Potter and they have such this weird hate boner for J.K. Rowling,
Absolutely.
even though she is a fucking SJW herself, she just said that people with dicks can't bleed from them, which is fucking true.
I think she was a little more gentle than that about. I think if she just came out and said, "Fuck you, trans people, women with people with dicks can't bleed from them," then they might have had a point in trying to cancel her.
Well, people with dicks. Well, anyway, but the fact that it's Harry Potter is probably a factor in why they're.
Oh, it's a huge factor. It's a huge factor.
Yeah, and all I ended up doing was making it. All I did was signal boost it. It's kind of funny.
The funniest thing is after the J.K. Rowling controversy started happening, all you were hearing from these people was like, guys, don't worry. J.K. Rowling is not directly involved in this game, so we don't have to feel bad about buying it. And all I was hearing is like, we really don't want to have to read another book. Because, like, for some reason, people that just love Harry Potter are just, they're salty about J.K. Rowling having the views that she has on, like, women-only spaces, I think, was kind of the big thing. Like women's change rooms and things like that. And they don't want to associate with her because of that. But they also can't stop talking about how they're Hufflepuffs and Ravenclaws and shit. Yeah. So they don't want to bother just like being like, okay, well, a person who we hate is the brain behind Harry Potter, so let's just leave Harry Potter behind. Like, they're obsessed with still getting everything that has a Harry Potter logo on it, but they also want it to agree with all their politics. And it's just, you're never gonna have that make sense. Like, you've got to just be like, okay, I think the only exception is if the person does something reprehensible to the point of like it being difficult to look at that person the same way, like the Kevin Spacey stuff. I think it's like when you're dealing with him kind of abusing young preteen boys, it's like, well, it's kind of hard for me to get behind a Kevin Spacey project at this point.
No, watch House of Cards. He's a believable character in that one.
Yeah,
right,
I mean, like Usual Suspects. Like I think he's a good actor.
No, I know what you're saying.
There is an element of like, it's kind of hard for me to watch Kevin Spacey.
No, absolutely.
Now.
Absolutely.
But like, I think but I mean, if it's not, that's fine. It's just like, I mean, I think that, but you're dealing with like J.K. Rowling had a spicy take on Twitter It was
Yeah.
like she didn't abuse
You know
any
what?
children.
You know what? The only reason it was spicy was because it was on Twitter. That's the
That's
only
it.
reason that take is controversial
Yep.
at all. Because
Yeah, well, but
that's
I mean,
actually the way most people.
the
in
thing is though,
universe feel.
and I agree with you. I actually don't think what she said was really that controversial, but it like framing it like that kind of sounds like it's not bad because she did nothing wrong. And I'm not even making that argument. I'm making that even if what she said was totally wrong, like then just don't buy Harry Potter stuff is my point. And they're like, well, but we want to buy Harry Potter stuff. We just don't want her to profit from it. It's like, well, she created that universe. She's going to make money off it. And now they're going to be like, good news, guys. The lead developer of the Harry Potter game actually had nothing to do with the game. We can still buy this game and play it. Like,
Yeah. Well, it's like
so
these are
funny,
the same
man.
people rejoicing J.K. Rowling when she retroactively turned Dumbledore gay,
Mhm.
right?
It's like the first person to do that too.
Yeah, like she like that's the thing. They celebrated her for all of this stuff. For when they were like when Hermione was going to be a black person in the play, and she's like, "Oh, that's completely fine. I never mentioned her," like because she was going off the identity
The narrative.
politics, virtue signaling bullshit, and people like that's strange because you said she had a very pale face right here. That's strange in this book that you wrote, J.K.
Yeah.
Rowling. Like she is a fucking SJW, but she has one thing that doesn't align with
it's
that.
the Rosario Dawson element. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like these people are insane. But real quick, I want to play this video. So I actually shared it with Ryan last night, and somebody tagged me on Twitter with this lady. And she's definitely she's red pilled as hell. And I'm gonna reach out and see if she wants to maybe do something on Geeks and Gamers, like an interview or something like that. But got a really good take. And what's funny is she mentions Geeks and Gamers and RK Outpost at the end. And as I'm watching it, I sent this to Ryan like halfway through. I'm like, wait, fuck, she fucking mentioned us. That's crazy. But she's got 425 subs. So check this out. Like she's got some balls.
Yeah.
And admire you for doing that. Thank you. Which is why I say subscribe to the Daily Wire, even if you don't agree with him politically. Even if Gina Carano makes a garbage movie, which hopefully it won't be. She's an amazing actress. She's a inspiring woman. But this isn't just about the movie she's making. This is about supporting a company that has decided to stand up to cancel culture. This is a company that says Disney, what stands up and says, we will not bow down to cancel culture. And that is something to admire and respect. So Gina Carano needs our support because she's going to go through hell. And you know what? Ben Shapiro. Not a lot of people are talking about Ben Shapiro. I'm sure he's gone through a lot of hell in the past. I got the impression from some of the things he has said that, people have tried to cancel him multiple times. I mean, he's a Jewish man who is a conservative. Apparently, he's also been called a Nazi, which is interesting because he's clearly Jewish and he doesn't hide it. It's like, it's obvious. He's not hiding the fact that he's Jewish. How can you call him a Nazi? So that's kind of insulting. But he's probably going to also get hell. Disney isn't a small company. And this isn't. And you know what? I don't want it to disappear. I want people to realize what was done to Gina Carano. And we need to stand up to it. But I say go. I personally am going to. I haven't yet, but I plan on signing up for the Daily Wire just to support them for what they did.
And you guys just go over there. That's her channel right there, the Hijabi Gamer. And people tagged me on Twitter about this, and so I was like, well, what is this? I clicked on it, and I was like, holy shit! Like she's so fucking red pilled. You know what I mean? And in the end, she does mention Geeks and Gamers and RK Outpost. And I think just more normal, everyday people, whether you would even think that type of person like would have that take. The reality of it is every normal person has this take. Every normal person has this take, and they might not come from the same background or the same beliefs or the same religion, but I think everybody generally is just tired of this shit. Like these weirdos on Twitter make up a small minority of the overall numbers, and people have got to start speaking out against this. So I'm so tired of it. And this is another example of that, what we saw with this Harry Potter thing. I mean, This guy, like, I haven't watched the guy's content, but Ryan has, and I mean, Ryan's saying he's kind of he ain't nothing compared to me and Ryan, with our takes.
No, he's very it's like if Mark ran an anti-SJW channel. Like that's what it is. That's what it would be. Not even fucking around. Like he doesn't yell, he doesn't scream, he doesn't curse.
Very polite about my criticisms of Sarkeesian.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, for sure. Where was I? I don't remember. Here we go. HBG3 for $2. Ryan, get on EFAP and debate Mahler on BVS. God, that would be a fun 5 hours. Alex Escorza for $5. Thank you, Alex. Heroic Avenger 96 for $5. Not games, but I can't wait for Ryan's Sports Wars vid on LeBron's response to Zlatan. The Twitter replies to the Sports Center feed are funny as hell. Yeah, LeBron stuck his foot in his mouth yet again. Shouldn't have responded. Shouldn't have responded, but he did because he's a cuck. He's an uneducated retard. That's who LeBron James is. He's a pseudo-intellectual. So LeBron is an idiot. We will be talking about that on Sports Wars. Chuck's Wagon for $5. Kind of want this game more now. I think a lot of people feel that way.
That's the irony of the whole thing.
The irony of like them getting upset because one person doesn't subscribe to the religion of identity politics and social justice working on the game. One person. It's not like this is a far right dude like they tried to claim. He's just normal. And they've had enough of that. It's ridiculous. These are the same people that when we are like, look at Neil Druckmann, look at the politics he's putting in this thing, look at everything he says he wants to do. And they're like, oh, that won't change the game. He's not putting his politics in the game. That doesn't happen. But then you have this one person and they're like, oh my God, he's going to put his politics everywhere in this game. And that's just how it is with these idiots. CZ for £5. Games journalists are still butthurt over Gamergate because they got caught with the proverbial cock in the cookie jar. Yeah, a lot of people in Zoe Quinn's cookie jar, from what we understand. At least 5 guys, from what I've been told.
Yeah,
Thank you, the internet aristocrat. Joshua Mosqueda for $10. I still love Cyberpunk on Xbox One. No problems yet. Quote, Kennel sucks. You spelled my name wrong, but I appreciate the quote. I'm glad you're enjoying the game, unlike all the other people. Pinhead just became a channel member. Thank you, Pinhead. And thank you, Joshua, for that big super chat. We do appreciate it.
The most famous of all the Cenobites.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Pinhead, I think.
No one's seen Hellraiser but Lethal, I guess.
No. Douglas Nelson for $2. SJWs eventually always eat their own. 100% they do. Thomas Gilkey's here for $20. Hail to an incredible panel. Just picked up Call of Duty Cold War, and I'm enjoying it. Loved your review of the multiplayer, Lethal. Loved your review of the single player, Mark.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing. Much love. Thank you, Thomas.
We did. I think it's on Gaming and Geeks. Maybe we did do like a
round table.
Holy shit!
Yeah, but season 2 of Cold War, I'm really fucking digging season 2.
What's up, Jeremy?
Did you get Pinhead's super chat on PayPal?
I haven't seen it yet, but I was about to refresh. But it sounds like I need to.
Yes.
Holy shit! $100 from Pinhead.
Hey.
Wow. It says a thumbs up to cool people like us and a middle finger to the trolls and ass clowns that pollute this planet. Thank you.
Hell
Pinhead.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Super
That's
chat.
awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I was looking through my email. I was like, where did it go? Because I got the email and I was like, where did it go? But yeah, that's awesome. So Pinhead, thank you. You're a major supporter of us and so many others. So we really do appreciate that.
Now he says, Pinhead says, I have such sights to show you. Now touch my box. If you've seen Hellraiser, you'll get that.
Dude, Hellraiser used to freak me out.
1 and 2 are both pretty good.
Oh, they're fucking
Actually,
awesome.
I kind of prefer 2 to 1, actually.
I can't believe they cut Pinhead out of look, the movie sucked, but Freddy vs. Jason, that Pinhead ending sounds fucking awesome. Have you heard the
Pinhead was going to be in Freddy vs.
Yeah, dude.
Jason?
The ending was Freddy and Jason were going at it, and chains were going to come up from the ground, pull them down to hell, and Pinhead was going to walk in, and he was going to be like the mediator between the two and go like, "What's the problem here?" And that movie was going to end. I was like, "That's awesome."
But thank you, Pinhead, for those for the Streamlabs ones. I typically refresh that once about every 20 minutes or so we don't see them as they come in, but we do get to them.
Real quick, speaking of, so we're talking about the Hellraiser, and it freaked me out. And this is the type of content you will get if you are a premium subscriber to geeksgamers.com. But I was on with the ladies last week for the girls stream. And I can't remember how the topic came up. We were talking because Krista was doing this weird, like, BuzzFeed stories about weird behavior and shit. And they started talking about something to do with movies, like Blockbuster movie gallery, you know, like back in the day when you'd rent movies. So I started telling this story. I was like, there was this movie box in the horror section. And as a kid, it freaked me out. And so like for like 2 months straight, I was terrified to poop. Because of the cover, and this is the cover right here. Every time, right there. That would freak me the fuck out.
That's it. That freaked you out.
Yes, I was a kid. Like every time, that and Hellraiser used to freak me out.
It says they'll get you in the end.
Yes, I know.
Hellraiser is very much not a film for children. I'd say much less so than any like Nightmare on Elm Street movie or like, you know, which I guess also are not kids films, but
they'll get you in the end. That's good. Gene Day for 5. Mark, stop simping for Anita. Lol. Sup guys? Just arrived with all the anti-SJW stuff. Makes me interested in Harry Potter.
Focused efficiency. I knew what he was talking about immediately.
I don't think I've ever in my life simped for Anita Sarkeesian. That is.
Are you sure?
Yes, absolutely.
You're telling me you're not going to? You're not googling Anita Sarkeesian feet?
Oh God, no.
Are you sure?
Can you say something mean about her right now? Prove it. Prove your loyalty.
I honestly don't think she has made a single valid observation about any game she's ever talked about.
Oh, can't you just call her a cunt?
God, that's so. See, that's like a Troy Levitt type of.
No, but that's the thing. Like, but what I mean is, I don't need to call her names to beat her because she has nothing.
She's a miserable bitch. But no, the only reason I know about that Anita Sarkeesian feat is because one of my favorite pictures of her to use, the file name of it is Anita Sarkeesian feet pics, like .jpeg or something. When I saved it to when I Google searched it. And so I was like, what the fuck? And there's a whole gallery of these fucking freaks that have this shit on some kind of weird Reddit. It's so strange. But it's my favorite picture to use of her because she's just double middle fingers. That picture that's floating out there. That's called Anita
awesome.
Sarkeesian.
I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that Reddit link later.
Yeah. Phaser Face for $5. Reread Zorba the Hutt's Revenge last month. What an incredible opening to the new trilogy that would have been. So much missed opportunities. Yeah, Star Wars is completely fucked. Unfortunately, they had a template they could have used. They decided to abandon it for creative freedoms.
Hey,
and then rip it off from the garbage when it's convenient.
Yeah,
ban it for creative freedom, and then just kind of redo the original movie. we want the freedom to just tell the same story again.
Yeah, and Star Wars is so trash.
That's why I'm moving on to anime. That's what I'm gonna
good.
Yeah.
Sean says, anyone know if Az from Heel vs. Babyface is okay? Yeah, we were just on stream with him yesterday, and he just took a little bit of break from uploading because he just needed a break, from what I heard. So, Dark Side Droids for $10. Here's $7 since YouTube is a hemorrhoid. Thank you, Dark Side Droids. We appreciate the $7 with YouTube factored in. Travis for $5. Love the channel. Keep fighting back against these crazy SJWs. We will indeed. I did want to show you guys something real quick because we were talking about the Pokemon thing in the chat before. I just want everybody to see the trailer that they released for it.
It's pretty divisive, it seems like, in terms of the response. Like, a lot of people are excited, but a lot of people are not happy. So,
all right, let's have a look.
All right, so this is Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Pokemon Breath of the Wild.
The Arceus, or I thought it was I always said Arceus, but I guess I've never heard it pronounced. Here we go.
Tale from a long, long time ago, when the Sinnoh region was still only
Sinnoh?
vast wilderness.
This is the Pokemon where
Really
they have
hustled with the
S&M
tongues and
sex
bones
with
of
demons.
people. While in the mountains and seas, Pokemon roamed as they pleased.
Before people came.
Before the dark times.
Yeah.
Whoa!
For me, it looks really cool, but I'm not a
What the
Pokemon person.
fuck?
Yeah. It's
No
open
way!
world.
This is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, this looks like Breath of the Wild Pokemon, which is absolutely awesome.
Like literally, there's a shot in here straight from Breath of the Wild.
What the fuck?
Dude, get fucked! Boom, bitch.
This is dope.
Jeremy and Nintendo both discovered mods in the same week.
But it like.
Whoa.
It looks like it is an action game, though.
Oh,
Those are your
shit,
starters.
so cool.
Yeah, those are your starters.
Okay.
Why didn't they show this at the Direct?
They did, basically.
But like, how come I wasn't hearing anything about this last week when we were talking?
No,
about
they didn't
it?
show
That
this
wasn't
at the direct.
Sorry, there was a separate, specific Pokemon, like a Pokemon presentation.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what this was.
I think it looks pretty cool.
I mean, it looks like Breath of the Wild with a Pokemon mod, but Pokemon's not really my thing. So
I think that looks great. I used to play a lot of Pokemon back on my Game Boy SP. I played some of they're not even considered new ones anymore on the 3DS, but wow. Like, look how far,
I think that,
man. Look how
I
far
think that,
Pokemon's come.
Oh yeah, I think the idea of this, I think a lot of people are behind this. The reason that it was, I would say, controversial is because how it looked like visually, as far as frame rate that people saw of Mark, and as far as just the level of detail that you have in this game versus what we saw in Breath of the Wild.
Look, that rock and the grass looks shit. Okay, fair enough, but man,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I played old school Pokemon and seeing that, and then looking at this just.
both the rock and the grass just look exactly like the Breath of the Wild assets. Like it really does seem like that was just they took the Breath of the Wild engine and just like made some Pokemon assets for it, which I mean could still end up being all right, but nothing about that blew me away. But I'm also not like a Pokemon fan, so I don't think that.
The thing is, this trailer's uploaded in 1080 60 FPS. It is 60 FPS, and it looks like 20. So,
the video file being 60 FPS doesn't have anything to do with the game they're showing. Like,
I know, but what I'm saying is you can't like make that excuse that it's because it's at 30 FPS, because it's not. It's it is rendered at 60. But that's what a lot of people are talking about. As far as the idea of an open world Pokemon game, I like it. I dig it. That kind of action. I think it's cool.
We're getting lethal. We're getting lethal a Switch. It's gonna happen. We'll make it happen. So
is it still turn based?
It didn't look like it. That's what I was saying. That this
yeah.
looks more like an action game than a Pokemon RPG.
X-Ray Girl's excited. X-Ray Girl's in the chat. She's excited.
She does like Pokemon.
Well, and
Chat,
also,
yes or no? Should I buy Lethal a Switch?
No, he should get me
flip the bill.
He should get me a PlayStation 5 so I can play the Yuffie DLC.
That's what I was gonna say. I think it was the PS5 more.
Like a goddamn woman, you offer one thing and they want something else. Fucking
well, I've been hanging around both of you too long, I guess. But I don't know. Like back when I was like a kid, like when I was actually like Whittle, that was like exactly how I pictured Pokemon in my head right there. So that looks great to me.
Yeah, and then they did, in addition, the other big announcement, I guess, was remakes of Diamond and Pearl. So Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Still that same kind of style with these little fucking weirdos, but obviously it's going to look better running on the Switch. That's the Pokemon news. They also had some update on Pokemon Snap or whatever the fuck that stupid shit is. So for those people that want to take pictures of Pokemon, it's right there for you. But I think that's really all. Were there any other big stories, Mark? Was there another story you necessarily wanted to talk about today?
Maybe I might have just been forgetting it at this point. There was a lot that went down this week. I could actually probably figure it out. If you guys talk about something else for 2 minutes, I'll look through the gaming with
the new COD Zombies is fucking awesome.
If there's nothing on your mind, we don't have to. But what'd you say, Lethal?
The new COD Zombies is fucking awesome. We're in that really big open map. You got to try it, man. It's awesome.
Hell yeah.
And Warzone has zombies. There's the shipwreck on Warzone at the moment. Lots of zombies going down. I don't know. I feel like Call of Duty was like, wow, Zack Snyder just dropped some zombie shit. We got to copy that, man, because that shit looks fire.
Yeah, Zack Snyder, Army of the Dead, coming in May to Netflix. That'll be fun.
I think it looks awesome. I'm excited as hell for that. That's at least he's got one exciting movie coming out this year. So I am looking forward to it. I can't wait.
I did want to take a moment and plug something really quick. I wanted to plug my new gaming channel that I started on stream the other day. It's very clever. I've gotten really clever with my naming. It's RK Outpost Gaming. So I've got 4 videos so far. I'm trying to make 1 video a day over there about something relevant. But I'm gonna put the link in chat.
Let's get him to 1,000. I think we can get him to 1,000.
I think so too.
We can do that.
I'm going to put it in there. I would appreciate if you guys did go ahead and subscribe. Again, it's just going to be gaming stuff. So if you're just here to watch us bitch and you don't really care about gaming too much, I'm not going to be offended if you don't subscribe. But I do appreciate all the stuff I got so far. Look, Anita was in my first thumbnail. Anita and Brianna Wu. Hashtag Gamergate.
You can subscribe with Geeks and Gamers if you want.
Okay. I won't subscribe with Geeks and Gamers.
I actually just checked my window. I'd be like, wait, did I just do that? Because to make sure I didn't. I was logged in as me. But
the other day,
when you said that,
what stream was that? Or you commented?
It was Friday Night Tights.
I was like, I texted Ryan. I'm like, did you just comment as Geeks and Gamers? He goes, what? And then Ryan and then Mark followed up.
I switched
Sorry,
my other account.
Mark.
I'm like, yeah, sorry, that last Geeks and Gamers comment.
I can't tell you how many times I've done that. Like I did it like twice, and I was like, oh, that's stupid. Then I said one thing that was like really fucked up that I said from like Geeks and Gamers, and I'm like, fuck, that was me. That was not Geeks and Gamers. So switch back. I haven't done it since. Yeah, that was could have been bad.
Hey, but, Pinhead, highlight Pinhead's comment. Join the Geeks and Gamers website and join Premium Thing 2. Took me long enough. Thank you. That's fucking awesome, man. And a really quick note about everything. So, we're revamping right now the email that gets sent out for premium members because it's kind of bare bones. And I'm getting with Krista, and we're going to kind of work on where it kind of gives you guys all of the links, like to the premium Discord, the premium Facebook group, and specifically those are there for notification purposes. I don't really use Facebook anymore, but just having that group for premium members to have a Facebook group, it's not there for like an open discussion, but it is there for us to share links to our streams. Because right now the biggest challenge with premium membership is not being able to get notifications out. So we have a few different ways that we're doing that. We're doing that through email, Discord, and then the Facebook group. Whenever we go live and things like that. But we're working on revamping that email when you sign up for premium, so you can get a little more context to that. And then once you become a premium member, it opens up the Premium Zone forum. So that's a forum specifically for premium members, and we just have like discussions in there. Again, if you don't have the finances to support us like that, it's free to sign up to geeksandgamers.com, jump in the forums, have some discussions over there. But we appreciate all of the support. So we're closing in. I think we've already passed it. I think we're over 10,000 signed up members to the website. Not premium. If we were at premium members, that would be in really good shape.
I could quit the military.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, so we got a lot of good things in the works. That app, again, I'll update everybody this Monday when we do our Mario Kart stream, myself and Andrew. But we're close to having that foundation done. It's either done or it's close to being done, but I haven't seen what they want to present to me yet, but a lot of good things are in the works for sure.
Yeah. I should have thought of this name. Thank you, Caleb. Our Gay Outpost Gaming. There you go. I should have thought of that. Thanks, Caleb.
That would be your ticket to no one ever being able to call you homophobic ever again.
I'm sure they'll find a way.
Just pull the trigger, Ryan. Come out as gay.
Yeah. By the way, I am a member of the LGBTQ plus community, so you cannot call me. I cannot be held accountable for any of my actions. That's how it works, I believe. Bigelow's Mets for $5. Hey, Nintendo boy, make my N64 have sound. Also,
talking to you, Mark.
I've never owned an N64.
What?
What?
What, does that really surprise you all that much? I'm
yes.
You constantly say hates Nintendo.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a joke that we say that because we know you don't really hate Nintendo. So the fact that you haven't owned an N64 is pretty
I was a PlayStation and PC version in that era, and then I've got a PS. Actually, I owned everything in the next generation after that. I even had a Dreamcast and an Xbox, a GameCube, and a PS2. But
can we cancel Mark?
Sorry, man. I didn't like the Nintendo 64 controller at all. I didn't think it made any sense. You need 3 hands to properly use that thing. Like, no one's got 3 hands. Come on.
Some of us only have 1 leg.
Yeah.
Also, greetings to real people and 1 cyborg. I'm not saying hi to Jeremy. You can't make me. That was great. I don't know why your N64 is broken. That sucks, though. Clifton 3D becomes a member. Thank you, Clifton 3D. We appreciate that. Lady Gravemaster for $5. Glad Steph posted something, I think on Twitter. No notification for the stream. Ryan, smile more, you toxic man. He
used to smile, and then he started playing Mario Kart.
Yeah, I used to smile. Then I was indoctrinated into the far right reactionary YouTube sphere. I believe that's what I'm supposed to say. But thank you for the super chat, Lady Gravemaster. The Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey for £2. Will Hogwarts Legacy run better on PC or console?
Depends on the PC, I suppose.
Oh, it's not just straight up PC?
Well, I mean, like, there's these things called system specs, right? Not everyone's got a good PC, but like if you're comparing the PS5 version to like a PC that you can build for $400, then probably the PS5 version is going to run a lot better. But if wait, is that on PS4 and Xbox One, or is it just next gen?
I think it's just going to be next gen. I mean, okay. it doesn't come out for like another year probably. So who knows? I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess like the answer to that is almost always whose PC. The high end of the spectrum, though, as long as the port's decent, though, the answer will be PC.
What is? Oh, this is the tweet from Steph. What is this about?
What is it? What
the fuck?
What the fuck? Hold on. She said, "Look at my tweet." So I'm. Oh God. What the fuck is this bullshit? All right, I'll share it really quick. All right. This is what's going on in the Geeks and Gamers stream between Jeremy and Ryan, and Jeremy got tagged in it in his new Twitter. Who still hasn't let me follow him. All right, let's watch this shit.
What are you talking about?
You haven't let me follow you. You followed me though.
Do I have to unlock something else once I make it public?
I followed you. You didn't follow me though, cunt.
Fuck you.
Here we go. Listen to this. Ryan and Jeremy's love child for $5. It says, "Daddies."
This is so fucking gay. Mark, why aren't you freaked out by this?
Ryan and Jeremy's love child says, "Daddies." Well, nice to meet you, son. Honestly, let me know right before the NBA draft, and then I might give a fuck about you. I have a good Ryan. Oh God. All right. Well, I guess I'll retweet it. Thank you for the clips.
Mark, do you not see anything wrong with that?
Nah.
Mr. Go ahead.
I don't understand this. Let you follow me. Did you try to follow me?
Yeah, here, I'll show you. You don't understand. Because as soon as you said I'm going to unlock it, I just did it. And now it's pending. Here, watch this. Watch this. Hold on. Cancel. Fuck you. Now I can follow you. There it is.
Okay. Then I have to go into the setting to where all these other people that requested to follow me for months, I got to unlock all that shit, I guess.
Momology follows you already. So there you go. He's on point. Mr. J for $10 doesn't say anything, but thank you so much for the super chat. Let me refresh the Streamlabs donations real quick. We're good there. All right. What have you guys been playing this week? We'll start with Lethal.
Cold War Season 2, because it's awesome. A little bit of Destiny 2. A little bit of Mortal Kombat 11. Nier Automata, which is just absolutely god tier of a game. And I will be playing Outriders. I want to give that a chance.
Nice.
And you should all subscribe to my gaming channel as well as Ryan's.
Yes, yes. I'll put it in the chat as Mark's talking.
So I'm up next on what I've been playing then, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. I didn't think I was going to have to lay that out. That was like the transition.
All right. Well, I've just been playing through the God of War games. I finished God of War 1, God of War Chains of Olympus, and God of War Ghost of Sparta. I'm most of the way through God of War Ascension now, because I was going to go right into 2 after Ghost of Sparta, because that's chronological, but I kind of decided to just knock out the spin-offs before I jump back into like the rest of the God of War original trilogy. And then I'm hopefully I'll finish that by this week, God of War 2 and 3, and then be on to Dad of Boy by next week, or God of War 2018.
Boy.
That's right. I'm putting
the video is going to be long though. I've been writing my script as I go, and it's I think already almost about as long as the Quake script.
That's crazy.
And I've still got 4 games to play.
Speaking of someone who never writes anything down ever, Jeremy, what are you playing?
Fuck that. I've been playing a little bit of Super Mario 3D World. I do like the game. It is a better game than the Wii U version, simply because they've made the player movements faster, which I think makes the game flow better. And that's about it. I think I played a little bit of Call of Duty a few times. I finished 4th in Warzone again. Motherfuckers, I cannot get the win.
You've never won?
No,
I won like the second game I ever played.
Well, I mean, are you talking just in a solos?
No, I played when it first launched, and the second match that I got in, it was quads. And I happened to wipe out a team really early, and I was just sneaking around, and I just was in the perfect spot as the circle closed. So it was just me and this one other dude who was the only one left. And I like ran up on him, but he saw me and started shooting. So I hid behind a tree as he ran out of ammo. Then I came up, smashed him in the face, and won. I got a victory. I got a victory on. Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah, I've finished second a lot on Rebirth Island. I finished second 3 times when they had the smaller map, and then on the bigger map I finished second like 5 or 6 times at this point. Like I can't get the win. But these are all on solos, because I do run just so it's tough to play solos, man. It's just a lot of camping, a lot of methodical, you have to be slow. It is kind of boring, but it is an easy way to learn the game. But then I get in there and play with people like Desire and Lethal and Josiah, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just like running around like an idiot because they're just so much better than me. But I do enjoy it. So I haven't really played much Season 2 yet for everything. Were there any multiplayer maps added to Modern Warfare?
Modern Warfare? No, look, it's going to be no more. I strongly doubt there'll ever be new Modern Warfare multiplayer maps. But
what about Cold War?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was some new map, at least one that I can think of off the top of my head. But if anything new is coming to Modern Warfare, it might just be operators and some guns and a Warzone new map, if that counts.
Gotcha.
There you go. Mike Hill for $5. Hogwarts Legacy is also on PS4, so it will be coming to PS4. Thank you, Mike Hill.
Then PS4 versus $1,000 PC, it'll probably look better on the $1,000 PC. That's sort of the point I was going to make.
Yeah. Lady Gravemaster for $2. Will Sports Wars cover the Lingerie Football League? I believe it's called the Legends Football League now because they got like lingerie. They were like, oh, it's about the girls play, not about them in lingerie. But
why can't it be both?
If they kneel during the national anthem, we'll probably fucking do it. I imagine those girls are on their knees often, but if we see them on their knees for the national anthem, we'll definitely be making a video about that.
Hell yeah.
If there's anything notable, let us know.
Girls on knees. I got a few videos for you.
Yeah. Geeks and Grifters for £2. What game should be adapted to film or TV series? Mass Effect?
Game?
Yeah. Henry Cavill?
I'm still on the Half-Life 2. That's what I'm
Mass
on.
Effect would be awesome. Ghost of Tsushima would be pretty good.
I honestly think the Assassin's Creed series that's happening on Netflix or whatever, I think Assassin's Creed is like the perfect IP to do like seasons in different eras. Like I think that is like perfection written all over it for streaming services. Will they fuck it up or not? That'll be the question. But I think Assassin's Creed is ideal for that.
We're just talking perfect world here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, Ghost of Tsushima, Mass Effect, Fallout, even though that it is getting one. Kingdom Hearts, Elder Scrolls.
Kingdom Hearts, Disney Channel.
That's a fucking animated show.
Teen, like little like kid Disney Channel. That is basically Kingdom Hearts.
You're back on the glue.
Go watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Give him a key, and that's basically Kingdom Hearts.
You're fucking retarded. You know that.
Donald and Mickey and Goofy fucking running around with keyblades.
They don't have keyblades, you dumb. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking smack him.
What do they got? Swords?
Goofy has a shield. Donald has a wand. Fucking hell.
Oh, it's Sora with the keyblade?
Yes.
Oh, that's my bad.
Jesus Christ.
Always remember, Lethal, a wand is just a shitty lightsaber.
You don't you fucking start.
No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I honestly, I'm still kind of on the point of I don't think any video game should be like necessarily adapted into a movie or a TV show. But if we're talking like Lethal was saying about the Kingdom Hearts app as an anime, I think Trails of Cold Steel would work really well as an anime. But live action shows, I'm like, you're going to be losing something from like, especially, I mean, you were saying Mass Effect and like Henry Cavill was kind of teasing that he may be involved with some kind of Mass Effect project. So much of Mass Effect, what made it good was making the choices. So like if it would be like watching someone else's Mass Effect playthrough. Like, I don't know. It's like, is that really going to be good? Even if it is all right? Like ultimately though, if they pull things off and have like some well-directed action in it, then any of them could end up being good. Even something like The Last of Us show. But I just don't think we need any of them. I think like video games as a medium, like they can be the point. It's not like the old thing where it's like, oh, like any book you'd ever read, there are people that are like, oh, this book would make a really good movie. It's like a lot of people have that mentality of like a thing isn't real until it becomes a movie. And I just don't really think like that.
I don't think a ton of people have that, but I think a lot more people watch TV than read books actively. But yeah, I'm going to stick with Assassin's Creed. That's something you could do. Keep like outside the Animus and in the Animus, and you could do it so things didn't get stale. You could do it in different time periods and everything. I think it'd be really fucking cool. But
and again, real quick, yes, again, that is my Twitter account, and I don't plan on spending a lot of time there, but it is but it's just I listen to people. So many people have asked me, like, they want me back on there and everything. So I listen. Like, one person has been talking to me about a lot. Like, Ruthie, messaged me. And she was just like, you need to live stream more. You need to talk to people more. Like, she's so happy with the growth of Geeks and Gamers. But she's like, back in the day, remember, you used to live stream and, used to interact with people. And I feel like a lot of that is missing. So unlike a lot of people, that get their following grows, they stop listening to the people that supported them. I try to listen, and as much as I really don't want to be back on Twitter, I do miss the interactions with a lot of people. So I'm there. The account is finally unlocked. It's been there for a while. I finally unlocked it, and we'll see what happens. But I just want to continue to grow Geeks and Gamers. So thank you for the support. We appreciate that. And fuck Ryan. What, Lethal?
Stream more.
I do need to stream more. I definitely do.
DCG for Canadian $2.79. Have you heard the Titanfall 3 rumors yet?
The last I heard, there were no plans for Titanfall 3 for the foreseeable future, but at the same time, wasn't there some type of announcement where EA is basically going to let the individual studios make their decisions, what they want to do moving forward? Like Respawn and everything like that? What did I hear about that?
I didn't hear anything about Titanfall this week.
I haven't heard anything about Titanfall 3.
We'll
have to look it up.
A video pop up, but I never clicked on it.
With something.
Lolly at River for 50 Norwegian Kronos.
Yeah.
Just a shill super from a low light beta.
Low Light River.
Thank you, Low Light River.
Hell yeah. I used to mess up Low Light River's name back in the day, and then they corrected. Or maybe I got it, I can't remember. But this is right here. This is what we see. EA says Respawn has full control over what games to make. Respawn will determine what the future holds for Apex and Titanfall. And that was on
nice.
February 25th. So,
so
that was 2 days ago.
2 days ago, yeah. No, I didn't see that.
That's pretty
So
good.
I don't know if there's anything else. So I hope to hell that they move forward with it. But at the end of the day, Apex is the thing that's making them money right now. I don't know how successful Apex is, but it's clearly more successful than Titanfall 2 was. So I get it. As much as I love the game, it's one of my favorite games of all time. If it didn't make them money, then you can't move forward with that shit, you know? So
yeah. Dix Insider for $5. Jeremy, did you get to open the P.O. box gift? By the way, tired of this woke crap. If companies would stop bending the knee, it would go away faster. Jeremy, did you open the P.O. box?
No, I didn't, but I have everything picked up. I picked it up 2 days ago. So maybe this weekend. Maybe on D-Day Cobra.
There you go. Do a live stream and do it. Well, I never know what you might find in there, though.
D-Day Cobra live stream. Woo.
Yeah, that'd be rough.
That'd
be rough. All right. But thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure to check out Lethal. We linked his gaming channel in there. Check out Mark the Cyborg, and they're doing their Attack on Titan stream. That's Fridays, right? Friday afternoons?
Mondays at 7 p.m.
Oh, completely wrong. Mondays.
It's okay. The new episodes are Sunday, so we do it the day after the episode airs. And in the evening, we'll hopefully give people enough time to see it.
There you go. So those are on Mondays, and then subscribe to every single Geeks and Gamers channel. Was Park Hoppin' live today?
Well, I don't think Park Hoppin's going live today. I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. But subscribe to Park Hoppin', subscribe to Sports Wars, subscribe to Geeks and Gamers Live, subscribe to Gaming with Geeks, and with that being said,
Twitch. Follow us on Twitch for our Mario Kart stream every Sunday. Going to be a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to that. And go play Back to Blast from T-Rev. The Geeks and Gamers video game.
That's right. And I guess we'll end with the latest update on how Cyberpunk 1.2 is coming. And we'll talk to you guys later.
You're certified bug-free. Bug-free.
Shit, Victor, not bad. I don't know what to say.
Say you'll take this and remember the dosage. 2 whips now and another 2.5.